Good. Well, let's get into who we're playing today, I guess. We'll go around and learn about characters that we are today. So, Mike, it's been a little while since we've seen your character. I've forgotten his name. So,
That's okay.
What is your character and what's he like?
My character, I am playing Xander, and he is a savvy head in the world of Apocalypse. And he's a 19-year-old. If you guys have played Overwatch, he's kind of like Junkrat. He has a thing for explosions and making them, and just seeing what he can blow up and what can't blow up and why won't it blow up. Yeah, that's the whole deal.
He's quite young, isn't he, your character?
Yeah, he's 19.
Yeah, nice. Perfect. Petra, tell us about your character.
Yeah, I'm playing Izzy. Izzy is a brainer, which means that she's a psychic and she's also a bit of a weirdo. I think she's lovable weirdo. And she invited herself into Finbar's character's bar, and she has a secret hideout there that nobody, no longer nobody knows about, as we found at the end of the last session. And she seems to be in her early 20s, but she doesn't remember because she doesn't really remember anything about her life prior to the past 7 to 8 months.
Cool. Finbar, tell us, who are you playing today?
So I am playing a character called Adar Rose, who is a smooth-talking bartender who owns a bar called the Queen of Hearts. However, his silver tongue is failing him in the face of a bunch of drug-addled psychotics who keep selling him out for the mere idea that he might be a traitor, or they think they can get chummy with the different drug-addled psychotic. It's not going well for Adar. Now he's pretending to be a mannequin in a department store that's collapsed, and somewhere else in the debris are a bunch of people in, like, super plate mail who might kill him. I don't know. On that, Adar is a hard-drinking, pretty cool dude.
Speaking
Sexy motherfucker.
Speaking of which, I am playing Angel, who is the kind of the leader of this little ragtag band. Angel is the kind of head honcho drug dealer of Cemetery City, and he has a voice similar to that of Warwick Davis, Barbosa, and Jason Statham combined into one wombo combo. He has a shotgun which he uses as a walking stick and a shotgun. He has a lot of angry people who are willing to kill for him, and he has asbestos ground down into drugs which he sells, which he calls choke. So that is who I am playing today, Angel, the hard holder. Other than that, though, we'll do a recap in just a few moments for you guys. But before that happens, I want to remind you folks, if you are new to our stream, you're new to Encounter Roleplay, hit that follow button and join us. Every 100 followers, you guys in chat get to decide what happens with a viewer decision, where you throw out your ideas as to what will happen next in our game, and then it just happens. We have to roll with it. So if you are new, hit that follow button and join us. We're only, let me update this, just about 25 away, or 26 away. So we're not far whatsoever from one of those fabled viewer decisions. Also, we can have another viewer decision at 25 retweets. So if you guys haven't retweeted out, log into that old Twitter account of yours and hit that retweet button for us. And at 25, you guys will have a second viewer decision. What else can we do? You can affect our game with donations. You see a donation bar up there. Well, down below underneath you in chats, you can see you can give players nat 1s, nat 20s, wild magic surges on a D10,000 table, which I actually am going to update in a moment, because I've got a new, even crazier D10,000 table to use, which is good news for us. You can give players magical items and magical mounts as well of any description, which is dangerous. So be sure to get involved with the show today as we run through it, and if you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to ask them, and I'll do my best.
A generous bestow.
Speaking
Will,
of which,
I do have a question for chat right now.
Yes.
They can influence my whole life right now by deciding, is Josh A pirate hooker, B, the new lead singer for a British punk band, or C, trying out for the role of Jareth in the upcoming remake of the Labyrinth?
I still liked my fell backwards through the animated series of Batman's wardrobe.
That's true. He could be also a 90s Batman villain.
It's
I will
also
accept
possible.
Any of those 4 answers. So you guys go ahead and chat and pick one of those.
I want a straw poll of that. Right
Also, I want to quickly thank Cracky Cream, who donates £5 and says, Finbar, roll D10,000 Wild Magic Surge table right now.
Just
Did
me.
I hear that there was a more crazy Wild Magic Surge table? Did I just
Oh, you
hear
did.
that in my head?
You did indeed. It wasn't just, it wasn't just, in
Wait,
your
what
mind.
now?
In my-
We have a second one of these?
Yes, it is
Dum, dum.
here. I'm going to change it on the donation stuff. so you
Say it
guys can
ain't
see
so.
it.
Say it ain't so.
Whoa. So it's even
Some of these ones are nice.
crazier. No, they're not nice. So roll D10,000, Finn. And I'll change.
I rolled it. It's a number.
What is the number?
1167.
116. The resignation in his voice is.
Was it not bad enough a building fell on me?
Sorry.
A building fell on me.
it
Okay,
is
so
exclamation
post
point
that
thing here.
you
real
deserve
quick,
it?
and I'll put that in.
There we go.
There we are. Cool. So looking forward to this. This looks.
It's our new, improved, crazier table, folks.
Oh, it's got that new craziness smell to
It
it.
does.
So we're looking at our first roll on it, 1167. This is a beautiful moment. I'm
It
honoured
is.
to have this in my game. 1167. Okay, so Finbar, get excited
Get
because
hyped. Everyone says it's great so far, which is worrying for Finbar.
this is amazing. Okay, so okay, Finn, this is one of those situations where I'm gonna have to contrive a reason for this to happen at some point. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I can't do it right now, unfortunately, which would just be beautiful.
Because the building's on top.
No, yeah, there is that. But Finn, the wording is, and I'm a sucker for the wording, and this could break the game. Caster is immune to missile-based weapons, missile-based spells when naked.
Oh wow.
Josh,
Yes.
give me a moment. I'm gonna send you a link to a move.
No. No, you're not. No.
Not the
Believe me,
nudes.
there's a thing in the rules that fucking does this shit.
All right,
I'm gonna show you
so
his moves, Josh, real
so
quick.
we'll get back to the roll and stuff in a
While
minute.
naked.
We'll get back to the D10K in a minute, but let's give a recap as to where we are in the adventure, what's happening in the story, to give it some context for you guys who are just joining in, or don't remember from last week, because I know I've forgotten a bunch of things. So, Josh, do you want to kick us off with a bit of a recap from the last session?
Oh, absolutely. So you guys, you guys essentially live in a wasteland city called Cemetery City, and as we say, Will is the hard holder. He's the mayor of the town of Alta, which is like a crack manufacturing town. They sell this asbestos drug that's really bad for you. It's called Choke. It's just a terrible idea.
It's really good. You should buy
Yeah,
it.
it's great. He's just scraping asbestos out of the wall, and then people are snorting it and smoking it. It's great. So yeah, he the town got attacked. Your drugs lab is compromised. They have blown up 2 hydroelectric dams, which you rely on for power and rely on for clearing the water. And your lab is sort of under the water, so it's kind of screwing with all that manner of things. So the water's now stagnating, so you're losing clean water, light from the surface, and all manner of bad stuff. And it all seems to have happened because of this group of lunatics. Yeah.
Wait,
the,
not us?
Yeah, not you guys. This group of lunatics from the Pyre.
The pyre, yeah.
Yes, indeed. Who are just like, they worship any destructive force, anything like explosives, TNT, glycerine, gunpowder, napalm, anything like that. They almost consider their god. They've got 101 crazy rituals that they go for. And Angel, played by Will, the mayor, went, I'm going to go and fuck with them for trying to fuck with us. So he rounded up a posse of lunatics. They got in a variety of mishap vehicles, and they just charged through the wasteland, through buildings and shit of this fallen city.
Daka,
On the way
Daka,
there-
Daka.
Daka, indeed. They painted all their vehicles red to go faster.
Yeah.
And as they were coming flying through, Finbar screwed up a roll, and there was an explosion under his little motorbike with his sidecar on it. And Petra and Finbar, aka Ada, and Izzy were blown in two opposite directions. Ada went flying into a department store as the rest of the gang sort of.
I believe it was a John Lewis canonically.
John Lewis, yeah, indeed.
Because the old man on the moon was giving me the finger from a pop-up can.
Continuity is important. It was John Lewis, but it's been looted to hell, and he ended up there. Petra's Izzy used some crazy psychic maelstrom bullshit to just vanish, teleport, and reappear fully healed from her injuries of a mine going off underneath her, back at the altar, back at their home city, nice and chill, and found a rather worrying little note left for her on her bed in her hidey hole. And Will was left he drove his vehicles into the lobby area of the Pyre's two main structures and just opened fire in every direction possible and murdered a lot of people.
And
Got
my
on
own.
his own. You killed so many people. And I
Thanks,
think
man.
you also, yes, I gave you an eagle as well. You have a
I
golden
have
eagle.
a fucking eagle. We also need to name the eagle, guys. It's either liberty, democracy, or some kind of other American thing.
'Cause we've discovered that we are independence.
We are independence, and we're bringing it to people
Yes.
independently.
Democracy has arrived.
Just name the Eagle
Franchise-
American. God.
Franchise coffee and skimpily clad car washes. That's what we bring.
Indeed. So,
Because they want it.
Will just embrace your current living situation and name the Eagle America.
just America.
It's called
Murica,
Trump.
Murray.
It's good.
Murica. Murica.
Oh, okay.
Name of your
So,
Murica!
alright, so we blew up most of the thing. I've got like 15 men left in this compound. Those guys have been kind of blown up as well. I'm guessing Xander is with me.
Xander, would you have been up for going to essentially find these lunatics? The lunatics in question being essentially they have more explosives than anyone else in the wasteland.
Yeah, that's not okay with me. They blew
Okay.
up things that I try not to blow up,
Yeah.
and then I blew up one of their oil tankers. So I'm gonna
You
keep
did.
blowing things up. I did. I hit a grenade like a baseball.
With
And
a
I
wrench
went entire
across a river, the size of the River Thames, straight
Yeah.
into an oil tanker, just blew it up. It was
Yeah.
beautiful.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
And
Turns
thank
out
you
I'm
so much
also-
to.
I'm also killer at
One sec,
baseball.
guys. 1 second here. Cracky donates £5. He says, Petra, birthday table. Very, very much, Cracky. Very generous of you, my friend.
Sweet.
It's the
Thank
D69.
you.
She always get the nice ones! Ah, we'll have my vengeance chat. I don't know how. I don't know when.
I don't know why.
You have earned the
I don't know
honor.
why. I'm clear on one of those.
Alright, we'll
Of
get
who,
to
what,
that.
where, when, why.
42.
I know the why.
We'll get to that in a moment, I guess, because is that all that we need for a recap, Josh? That's pretty much all
Yeah,
we're
that's
at,
pretty
right?
much it. Yeah.
So the situation is, we came to the Pyre, guys, we started blowing them up, we killed a bunch of them, but there's still a bunch of them left fighting us. I've got like 15 guys left shooting them in their compound. We're about to make the decision whether we're going to take over the entire place or kind of run back home and take as much scrap with us as we can.
Yeah, and you ignored the fact that Ada and Izzy get blown
Oh
up.
yeah, you just.
Yeah, I mean, that's not
completely-
important to Angel.
Well, I think
We'll
the
see about
summary of,
that.
is he
I've
dropped
got a
back
magic
into
hat,
her
you can't read my
hidey
mind.
hole?
Yes, I'm in my hidey hole, and the last thing, basically the last scene from last week was when she wakes up, and then she sees that on her bed, on the bed sheet, there's a message, possibly written in blood, that just correct me if I'm wrong. It said, "I see you too."
Yeah.
Because
It was,
everyone
because
everyone
yes,
who is weird is inherently creepy.
yeah. So the only other thing which I've just remembered, which was linked to this, was Petra decided to roll or a crazy maelstrom.
She opened her mind.
She opened her brain to the psychic fuckery of Apocalypse World, and it, in return, showed her some stuff. but something apparently, as much as you look into the maelstrom, the longer you spend staring into it, eventually it starts to stare back into you.
Oh, thank you so much to Sophie. She donates £3, says Nat 20 for Finn because he deserves some love.
Aw.
Yeah! Counting your girlfriend to come through for you. Fuck the rest of you, chat.
Also, I just remember one thing. Izzy also did at the beginning of the session. She did another like open her mind thingy, and she saw that while the pyre guys were behind the explosion, there's another guy who actually hired them.
Indeed.
This mysterious guy.
Was his name Flaming Killer? Because he donated £10 and said D10k for Xander and birthday table for Ada. God damn it, guys.
Damn it.
I'm loving it. D10,000 for Xander and birthday table. So, real quick, I'll just say, oh, cool.
Fuck you too, Finn. Fuck the rest of you, chat. That's why, Finn Barb. That's why.
Come at me. Come at me.
It's a challenge. He's laid down for you guys.
What encourage them?
Appreciate
Do
it,
you want
guys.
to quick
Give it
look
like gold to
through
flame.
Hex, by the way?
Yeah, can do. Jeez. Izzy, your birthday present is interesting.
Oh,
Yeah, cool. So, real quick, after last week's episode, did we? Actually, no. I think we did that at the end of last week's episode. Yeah,
I
we
feel
did.
like we did. And I
We
think
did one at the beginning of last week.
I feel like it's been half an hour anyway, so we should probably just
We-
dive into
yeah,
it.
it's fine. Cool. So I'm real quick gonna get through.
That's
So,
big time at the end. I want that XP. That sweet, sweet XP.
so Izzy,
Yeah.
roll me a 1d 315.
What
1d 315.
What?
kind of number?
I like
is
this new table.
No, this is
Oh, this
this
is
is
a
on the
birthday table.
birthday table.
Oh, damn.
I didn't. I've never seen this before. I'm glad I've never seen this before. 270. Give me 1 second. I gotta fight 200 and.
Did only, oh, yeah. Any one of them work, Flaming? Let me give that to you, buddy. No? There we go. All sorted. So if anyone has any recap questions, speak now or forever hold your peace. We'll do our best to try and help you out, yeah?
We'll do. Oh, cool.
boy.
Okay. So this is going to be interesting. So this birthday present is called the Fang of the Beast, a huge fang with a withered root still attached. Roll a 1d 315. Over the next few days, you slowly begin to turn into the creature listed on that page of the monster manual.
Oh, shit.
I've got it in front of me. You're going to start to show some transformations, Izzy. This is going to be fun.
Are you going to tell us which monster it is, or are you going to leave us in suspense?
I'm gonna leave you guys in suspense.
Okay.
So
Did you just come back to a wedding? No.
what?
You came back to a Twitch stream, Nix. This is Encounter Roleplay. You probably haven't heard of us, but good to see you.
Yeah, we're not. We're pretty. 2767. Before we get started, 2767. This should be cool. I'm loving this new table. Where
Yeah.
did we get this new table from?
Someone in chat showed it to me, and I was like, more insane? Yes. Yes, please. So, yeah, found it online. There we go.
Okay. Okay, cool. I'm gonna change this a little bit, only slightly though. Roll me a 1d 100, Xander.
Oh boy.
Damn it.
God damn it, chat. Let's see.
Damn it.
Cool. How old are you exactly?
19.
19.
Oh man.
Fantastic. So, let me just do math. That's.
And thank you so much to Pirate Hooker 69 for following. Welcome to the adventure, my friend. You're a gentle
we have-
pirate. You're a
We have
gentle-
one vote for Pirate Hooker.
and the scholar. I feel like creating an account as Pirate Hooker 69 probably deserves a second vote. So
All right, so I'll take 2 votes for Pirate Hooker. That's fine.
Yeah. okay with that.
2 votes for Pirate Hugger. 2 votes for Pirate. Do we see 3 for any other category?
What is it in at the moment?
That's it. Just 2 votes for Pirate Hooker.
Okay, cool. Okay, so
Good
Needs
news,
to make us a straw poll.
yeah, we need to put that up there.
There it
So, Xander is going to suddenly, for some reason, Maelstrom. Maybe I'm going to say like a Maelstrom storm is going to start. Sort of like it's almost like a lightning storm but instead of like it coming from the clouds, like lightning raining down from the clouds, lightning is just randomly going to fire out of anything, just anything at all, and start arcing all around this building. It's a strange phenomenon. It happens every now and again in Cemetery City, and it's almost like it will just ripple through an area and then fade out. And unfortunately, Xander, you're going to get.
Almost like a sunstorm, like a
Yeah. And Xander, you were going to get hit by a lightning bolt, and you were going to Palpatine so hard as you are now 75 years old.
It goes Jean Grey on that bitch.
It goes completely Jean Grey on you.
Man, I only rolled a 56.
Yeah, you age 56 years.
Oh my.
Oh, so plus the 19. Oh, woof.
Okay.
Rough.
So to set the scene, I guess, Josh, whereabouts are we as we begin today's session?
So you guys, we're going to start off because the party's actually in 3 different locations at the moment, which we'll remedy as fast as we can. But currently, you are in a sort of a semicircle of vehicles in the in the lobby area of a building that was still in construction when the apocalypse hit. So if you imagine like a large, it was maybe going to be a hotel or an apartment building or something, but it had a large reception area. Your vehicles are parked in a semicircle there as you've sort of taken this area. Outside of this semicircle, there is blood, there is debris, there are bodies, there are bits and bone. It's
all
gore.
falafel around. Welcome, my friend, to the adventure, or falafel. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Thank you for joining us.
There's a guy who was just eating his all falafel, and it's just, he didn't finish it because he's got a shard of rebar through his face.
Yeah.
It's a pretty gruesome sight. And as you sort of survey this area with this majestic America eagle,
Yes.
like perched, digging its patriotic claws into your shoulder with pride, you look out, and next to you is once Adar's bodyguard, now your sort of lackey, because Adar has had a really rough time of late, is Righteous, this hulking man standing holding a light machine gun in one hand and a rebar club in the other with a massive bit of concrete on top. And you've got a couple of guys hunkered down with you. There is the echo of gunfire, the smell of burning, lots of death, but right now there are no more explosions going off.
Okay. So I'm going to kind of bunker down in some cover. And for a quick description of Angel, he's been described as a man who looks like he's fairly young. He probably is fairly young, but he just looks a bit older. He's got a bit of a scraggly beard. He wears sunglasses no matter the occasion. He's got a crossbow, which he uses a shotgun, which he uses as a walking stick, as well as for killing people with, and a healthy look of strong drug use at this point. His eyes look like kind of bloodshot, and his throat is probably like constricting because the drug which he's taken, which is choke, which is basically asbestos ground up, is kind of like making him like struggling to breathe essentially. But he's high as all hell right now, and he makes very rash decisions when he's doing that. So we're in this kind of semicircle. I'm gonna shout over to Righteous, and give me a second to get into the voice. Righteous, how many do you reckon's in there?
He acknowledges you yelling. I mean, he's about 3 feet to your left, but you're yelling.
I mean, it's the kind of thing where like
ringing ears.
Yeah, his ears are ringing probably.
Yeah, and he shrugs, and you can see he's taken some damage. He's been hit a couple of times. He's bleeding. Maybe he noticed. Maybe he didn't. This is Righteous. He's a big fella. But he says, I don't know, boss. I don't count so great, but
I turned to
He
the
looks-
others. Who else here is in one of the account? Who's got a head count for me, or an estimate? Or just a blind guess?
Charlie comes up and he says, well, boss, maybe 80, 90 of them in this building.
And there are at least 25 of us. Yeah, he says, looking the 15 men before him.
Yeah, he nods. He nods.
I don't
Everyone
know
knows.
about you, but I like those odds. But if we're gonna go in there, we need some explosives. And I say, who's in Xander?
I think. Hold on. Well, I didn't know. You said we might need him, boss. So Charlie goes out. I didn't know, if he'd want to come, but you said he might be useful. So,
Where have you been keeping
he goes over,
him?
he opens up the boot of your car. Xander, you have had the most traumatic journey of your life. There was explosions. Multiple explosions in multiple different areas. There was crashes. Things fell and buckled. There's actually stuff that's perforated through. There are bullet holes now on the back. Somehow you are unscathed. But you've probably peed yourself just a tiny, tiny amount.
That wasn't because I was afraid. It's because I'm now incontinent because I'm 74.
You're 74 years old
No.
now.
Yeah.
So a 75.
Right, sorry.
Don't try and fudge out.
Yeah,
on
we see ya.
The Alzheimer's is setting in.
Oh.
So they open it up, and I guess you've sort of been microwaved unintentionally in the boot, and
The unintentional microwave.
he's gonna sort of pull you out, throw you to one side, pull up the where the spare wheel would be, look under there, look around a bit more, pull the boot shelf out of your car, look up and down on that, close the boot, and just say, well, he was in the boot.
Who's this man that stands before him?
And he looks excited because there's all explosions around. And then he looks over at you and he says, it's me, from Xander.
I love
It's
his.
Xander.
And he's got wobbly hands.
You're an old man.
Early onset Parkinson's.
Oh, he just called you an old man. Snap.
You're an old man.
You.
Oh.
Yeah, shut up. Yeah. You look like you were but a wee lad when last we saw you.
What do you mean? I am still a wee lad.
I'm
What
gonna show him something reflective, like a large spoon, which I keep on my person at all times.
I have a large spoon.
It's for drug
Surely,
use.
is it your army spoon, when they
Ah.
keep one spoon in their pocket that they use for everything?
No,
Is that-
the spoon looks
Is
like
it
it's
not just
been.
the face of your shotgun? Is it not
You could
so
just
carefully
use the
maintained? It's got a
power of
mirror
the
showing?
The spoon looks like it's been burnt recently,
I love-
a fair amount.
I love the idea that Angel pulls out a mirror, but it's not a mirror. It's just a picture of Angel when he was 18 and still had all his good looks, and he's like, look, and you just look like Angel.
Why is everyone old? It just happened due to a D10,000 roll for Xander that he is aged while in the boot of the car, Bowman. So don't worry.
Yeah.
That classic thing.
He says, "Well, do you know about explosives?"
Of course I know about explosives. What do you mean?
Well, do you think you could blow up all the bad guys in there?
I would hope so.
Well, I'd quite like you to do it if you will.
All right, well, so what am I looking at? What is in front of us?
Yeah. Mike hasn't been here before.
I'm
Cool, so,
squinting. I don't have glasses on, so explain to me what I see.
As someone hands you they basically righteous bend some wire into circles, and he hands you a pair of glasses, and things become clearer instantly as you put them on. There's no glass in them or lenses whatsoever, but as you put them on, your vision clears slightly. You look out, and Xander sees this absolutely destroyed reception lobby area with just bodies littered everywhere. There's a giant, quite a large elevator that opened up, and a bunch of guys, like heavily armored guys, came out of, who are now like lying dead in like a semicircle where they held their own pretty well. There's also a staircase that leads upstairs somewhere. This building has maybe 13, 14 floors to it, so they're pretty big. And that's the sort of layout of this particular bit.
So yeah, he kind of like adjusts his wireframe glasses. And he turns back to you, Angel. He says, "Yeah, no, I think if we like put on the floor with the uppy thing, the support columns. If we take out the columns, we could totally just break everything. That kills everybody."
You say. And I say, yes. What do you need us to do?
Does anyone here also explode?
Anyone here explode, lads? I look around for an exploding volunteer.
Only on weekends.
Charlie's just like, yes, no, yes. I don't know.
I could. If you really
There was gonna be a quiz.
I look to Charlie. He'll do it. Pointing at him.
All right, well, I guess that's better than zero. So if we hold on. And he starts rummaging through his messenger bag full of makeshift explosives. How many grenades does Xander have?
Roll me a d8.
Sure.
And then times that by 55.
Indeed.
And then roll me a d100 and multiply it by that number.
Indeed. 5. Okay, you've got 5, but this is a lobby full of lunatics who were carrying explosives. You could probably, if you roll me like a d20 and we'll tell you, and that you could find additional explosives. And they've got better explosives than you. Nat 20. So one of the guys was actually, you're going to find like the reception area. There's a
One of the guys was actually a bomb. He wasn't a man.
So like there's a guy who's got like a red. He was like reaching for something before he got shot. It's like a it's like reaching for this giant red alarm. It's got alarm written on it in massive letters, and there's like a crank with a huge bell, like hammer that hits it, and it sort of sounds like a bell. You, on the other hand, will recognize that is quite clearly a small aircraft bomb of some sort. They're just using it to like summon reinforcements, but it could level this building probably.
Sweet. And is it full of? I'm seeing that it's full of cars as well. This lobby is full of superpowered cars.
It's full of all of the cars that he made it in with. That Jackal?
Not
Angel.
Jekyll.
Angel,
Not
same
Jekyll.
person.
My
Angel
name's
Jekyll.
not Jekyll.
So yeah, I guess he realizes all of these things, and he looks back to him and he says, "So, do we need all these cars here?"
You look back and like, we got the superpowered bomb, we got the superpowered car. I don't know if we can do it, honestly, Angel. Sorry, man.
Yeah. Like, do we need all of these? Can I use all of the cars?
In what capacity? You need to drive them in, maybe, or
Yeah,
you'll be
no, we
blowing
gotta
up.
drive them in, and then they're gonna explode.
I'll let you have
I'm going to say to get
all of
home,
them.
probably need 4 cars.
Okay.
There's about 10.
All right, so I said, you take those, lad. We'll take these to run away if it all goes to shit. All right, good.
So he begins rigging up. Xander begins rigging up the rest of his grenades to wherever the gas tank is, and then to the vehicle, so that when the person jumps out of the vehicle, it pulls the pin on these vehicles.
Okay.
Oh my god.
And then he's gonna instruct, I guess, several of Angel's minions to move that aircraft bomb to a higher floor, and then instruct them on how to set that.
Cool. Okay. Roll me a weird to sort of like understand how to set this up and explain it to a bunch of lunatic crackheads.
Oh boy.
Okay. Cool.
Yes.
So
This was not one you wanted to fail on, Mike.
It's okay. They're only your minions. It's fine.
Okay, cool. So they get it. They're just like, yeah, no. Charlie's there. He's like, yeah, no, got it, absolutely, yeah. So you attach the wires to, and then yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah, and it's all add-ons because I'm 75 now. So then,
I like the idea that it's like literally the only thing they have to do is choose between a red and a blue wire to pull, and they just don't remember.
He's doing that thing
It's
where like
colorblind.
you start. So what you yes. So you don't actually get through the explanation where it's like, I've got it.
Got it.
I
I-
understand.
Yeah, absolutely.
Huh.
yeah,
Perfect.
the important part is
Yep.
like 30.
Got it.
30 seconds.
Absolutely.
You have
100%.
to run.
Ready. Let's
Cool.
do this thing.
So
I think
as you-
they've got
as you
it
go-
already.
As you go to leave, and like you've explained to them how to basically like you like strip the wires back and then spark cause like a little bit of that, and it will just trick the bomb into thinking it's been activated. As you like go away, Angel, you notice them like twisting it together, these two cables,
Yeah.
and trying to and like practicing like going to light it with a lighter. They've got the fuse. They've got this.
They've
They've
got this.
absolutely got this.
I like a single tear goes down my eye as the eagle lands on my shoulder as we're setting the bomb, and I'm like, we will bring freedom to these people here. As I like again to one of my remaining cars, I'm like, drive a safe distance away with my remaining men.
Cool. Okay. Are you taking everyone with you, or like it's like the group moving away, leaving the demo team to get it done?
We're gonna like cover them, but once they're like lighting fuses, we're getting the fuck out of here because we're idiots.
What's the lighting the fuse?
Yeah. Oh.
So as you guys are moving away, Xander, are you staying behind to sort of supervise anything, or are you just getting the fuck out of Dodge?
Would I know what the blast radius of 6 souped-up nitro-fueled cars and a anti-aircraft bomb?
Oh no, this is like an aircraft dropped bomb. Like it's big. You could imagine it's probably enough to level this building. Yeah.
Would I know the blast radius though? Like how far away do I have to be to
Well-
not die in it?
On 2d6, you roll 2 1s. You know it's enough to level the building.
Okay. So yeah, I guesstimate about how far I need to be, and then I take one extra step away, and then stand there.
Cool. And you just put on shades.
Just
you
in
put out
case.
your wireframes and you just put on shade. Cool. Okay.
On top of them, blue blockers, because I'm 75.
As you guys are going to flee, you are going to take fire from the other building, which hasn't sort of had the lobby area incapacitated. So roll me a plus cool as you're doing this under fire, as you essentially try and haul ass away. The demo team is going to give you some cover, hopefully.
My cool is fucked. Oh, god damn it.
So Josh, when you roll a highlighted stat, that's XP, right? That's experience.
It is indeed.
Okay.
I have not been counting.
Cool. So I will just check. I'm going to say you're going to take some damage, Will. So your vehicle is going to take.
No, my vehicle will be fine. Not my whatever it is. Just don't take my eagle.
Okay. Good. Yeah. So you're
Just
going
don't
to take.
take Murica.
No, whatever you do, man.
You're going to take 3 damage. Only one of that will actually blow through to
Okay.
you, because your vehicle will take the brunt of it. But it's feeling it. It's a little banged up. It's not as responsive, but it's not like engine failure. You don't lose a wheel, nothing
Yeah.
dramatic like that. But yeah, it's something you might want to put it in the shop when you get back.
Sure.
In Xander shop.
Indeed, yeah. And what else? Who else do we have? We've got 6. Okay, so Xander, you're also going to take some fire. Did you say you were on foot as you sort of like haul ass away?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So you are going to take some fire. So
Yeah, I'm a lot slower than I remember. My hip hurts.
The strange engineer is just like, as he was kind of moving through, observing the bomb maker, just constructing himself a Zimmer frame. Didn't really know what he was doing, but the maelstrom just told him, "You need this to walk now."
indeed, it's not good, but yeah. So you're like hauling us away, and I'm gonna say take take 2 harm. You can take your arm off if you've got any, but you're gonna get clipped by some automatic fire as you hobble away. Definitely the easiest target out of it, sort of this fleet of vehicles, and then one lunatic old man sort of hobbling away with a Zimmer frame. Okay. As you are the guy who sort of helped set this thing up, roll me a D6. Roll me a D6.
Okay. Oh God, what happened? What's happening? Fuck.
Okay, you're gonna get hit, and as you get hit, it's gonna spin you around, and Will, in your rear view mirror, you're going to see sort of like some small explosions go off in the lobby area. You're gonna be about 150 meters away at this point and moving. Michael, you are not 150 meters away at this point. Xander is not doing well. So you're gonna get hit. You're gonna fall, and that's probably the only thing that's going to save your life, as a daisy cutter goes off on the 3rd floor of this building. To be completely clear here, no one is going to make it out of those 2 buildings alive, because this is the sort of thing you drop on forests and stuff to just clear. Yeah.
Hashtag 7-Eleven, never forget.
Yeah. Both buildings are just going to snap in the center, and they're just instantly gone. Like from like the 3rd floor up, there's just 2 stumps, and there's just going to be a pile of debris there. That was a very efficient demo job. Just erase that entire group from the storyline real quick, as you've just wiped most of them out.
Oh, I'm sorry. You guys are in the UK. It's 11-7. Never forget. My bad.
Yeah. No. Oh, shit.
On the bright side, this massive explosion might move some of the debris that's currently crushing.
That is true. This could be good for us.
For me, it's pretty terrible. And me, it's just like I have 1 foot slightly less deeper in liquid shit.
Well, you say that because we're actually going to, as this goes on, and there is a massive shockwave, and we'll see how it affects the party that are fleeing. Do you want to do a quick on the hour plug, Will, just before we cut to the fate of either Finbar?
I would love to. So if you guys are following along and enjoying Cemetery City today, hit that follow button and join us. We are also giving away a copy of the D&D 5th Edition Starter Set ! Giveaway, and you can enter into that in a multitude of different ways. Other than that, at 25 retweets, you guys also get to decide what happens next. So be sure to hit that retweet button if you haven't already. And once we hit 4,500 followers, we'll be very, very close now, just like 24 away or something like that. Then you guys will have a viewer decision where you decide what happens next in our game. We're already on 12 retweets as well, so let's get some more in and we'll get rolling, and more explosions will hopefully ensue. You can also affect our game with Nat 1s, Nat 20s, and the like through donating. You can find all information on donations down below. I think that's all good. I'm going to mess with my mic stand, so cut away from me for a moment.
Yeah, that's cool. So while we're cutting away from Will, we're going to cut to the fate of Finbar, because this could be a short-lived fate. The last thing we saw Adar doing was holding his position, not flinching, as the building started to come down around him, as this party of about 7 guys in sort of what would almost a mockery of medieval plate mail armor, just made out of pretty much anything they could find laying around that was heavy metal, and they could just bolt together, wielding sort of weapons and torch sconces. You fell through the floor. That was the last thing that happened to you, and
Yep.
the floor below, as you blacked out. I'm going to roll 2d6 now to see how the rest of that party did, and depending on that will depend on your situation when you're awake. Okay, so cool. On an 8, you are going to come round, probably feeling more pain than you've ever felt before in your life. You
I did have my eye cut out.
I mean, yeah, but you are laying on your back. It's very dusty. The air hurts to inhale. Your mouth is dry and full of like clay, as like your mouth is just any saliva has just turned all this dust in the air to like this paste. It's hard to breathe. It's almost impossible to see. There's a little bit of light seeping in, but it was quite dark earlier on when you guys left. So it's pretty dark. You can't feel your right arm
Oh, that's always good.
at all.
I mean, it was already invisible. So yeah, I guess like Ada kind of coughs. Not doesn't hit his chest because kind of does the standard compliment of "I have woken up in the sight of some terrible thing." So I imagine this isn't the first time that's ever happened to Aiden. It's not the first time it's happened to Aiden today, let alone ever. But yeah,
No.
and I'll just start by like wiggle toes, okay, left hand, gonna wiggle right hand, and yeah, when that doesn't move.
Nothing.
I mean, if I open my eyes, like, what am I? What kind of scenery surrounds me?
About maybe 5 inches from your face is solid concrete.
Good.
It's slanting up from the right to the left. To your left, you can see what looks like rebar. You can vaguely make out sort of light through like a variety of different flotsam and jetsam sort of debris. But yeah, to your right, it's entirely pitch black.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess what little I can move, I'm gonna kind of try and get either a view or like run my other hand down my right arm and see what I can feel.
Welcome.
Roll me plus shot.
And
Let's see.
thank you so
Let's
much
see
to-
This feels like a charge
Thanks so much to
situation.
Aiden205 for following.
you do-
Welcome,
Oh!
friend.
Nice.
I was going to say you have an
Gentleman
automatic
Scott.
crit success from Sophie, but you don't need it because that is an actual crit success. Well done. You cool. So you run your hand down and you get to your shoulder and can't go any further. Your
Okay.
entire right arm is pinned under a huge amount of debris.
Okay.
Thanks for following, Aiden. You're a gentleman.
Yeah, so I guess I'll kind of run my finger around like the point where it hits the debris. I guess I'll run my fingers around there to kind of get a sensation for like.
Which
Yeah,
you
okay.
can hear, Finn. Like, yeah.
Okay. So I kind of run my finger around that to get a case of like, okay, so what am I dealing with here? Like,
It's
is
wet.
this a case of okay? Yeah.
It's wet, it's warm, you feel blood, you feel broken bone, like splintered bone sticking out from underneath the skin. You're in shock, but you are, for some reason, acutely aware of your situation.
Well, crash syndrome sucks. So, I mean, I'll do the. Wait, no, there's might still be baddies around. So I think Adar kind of like stops.
Okay, so on I'll give-
Flares.
you've got the net, you've got like the crit success, which aren't really a thing in the apocalypse world, but on double sixes, I'm gonna give it to you. You've got
ask some questions.
you feel pretty aware. So yeah, you can ask me a few questions. I'll give you 3
Of my reader sitch. Well, I guess one of them is probably used up by managing to pierce shock and going, "What the fuck is wrong with my body?"
Indeed.
So I want to ask what is my enemy's true position? My enemy counting here is anyone with the means to finish me off.
You can hear moving in the debris. It's far away, and it's not just a trick of like echoes. They're not within 50 meters of you. You would imagine, and not immediate, and where you are right now, you are pretty concealed from them. So
Okay.
they're out there somewhere, but you don't really know where.
Yeah. So. I guess my last question is, where's my best escape route? And I mean, Adar's already looking at his knife. So I do carry a very large, heavy-bladed knife. I guess I'm thinking more of like the way out of here alive. So whether or not I saw any of those big, scary night dudes with some kind of like first aid kit style thing, or whether they were all just big metal shotgun.
Oh no! Yeah, they don't use any.
I forgot they're all
guns, any
fucking
tech, yeah,
dumbass low tech people. God damn it, Philistines!
indeed. Your fastest way out of here, which is probably something you're going to need to seriously think about getting out of here soon, because this is still unstable debris, is to your left, weaving through the debris. Your arm is probably not coming with you, buddy.
Yeah, so I think Adar takes a moment, and we get he opens his mouth to scream and like headbutts the wall above him a couple times, quite softly, and silently.
Yeah.
And then you just hear the very soft snick as his knife comes out of his he works his knife out of his sheath on the side of his thigh. And flips it round, just kind of checking his left hand still has its usual dexterity. And then I'm gonna say
you will realize that you probably almost throw the knife by accident. Your left arm feels juiced. Specifically, you've got this vague sensation that you have some sort of puncture wound on it.
That sounds terrible.
You're still roided up, buddy. You had an injection of crazy shit, and your left arm feels pumped. But right arm, nothing.
Yeah, I noticing that. Yeah, and I was like, what was the name of the doctor again? I forgot to take notes. Brown. Yes. So Brown. When I get back, I'll either kill you or kiss you. And the next thing is Adar flips it round, brings the blade against the shoulder joint, and I don't know whether we want to scene cut as we just again look at his zoom close into his face.
You're gonna have to make me a choice. You can either roll me a hard or use Sophie's nat success, because this is going to be whether or not you stay conscious after this or during this.
Does this not be cool? Because hard is doing violence, and I'm not trying to survive.
No. This is how hard you are. Definitely trying to survive.
Yeah.
You're trying to survive.
I was talking. I was like, wait, no.
I mean, you still have to cut through quite some shit there. So
yeah.
Good luck with that.
I do actually have a devil with a blade, which is when you use a blade to go aggro, you roll plus hot instead of hard. Because even when I cut my own arm off, I'm still a sexy.
Make it sexily.
This isn't the sort of thing. This is literally roll hard to stay conscious.
I'm gonna spawn the Legend of Adar Rose, the psychopathic motherfucker. So I'll spend that. I'll spend that nat 20. Adar Rose, I think the shot of this is just his face and it's his cutout eye, and we just see dark liquid landing against his dark, just slightly less dark skin, and him screaming totally silently, so he doesn't draw attention to himself.
Yeah, you don't make a noise. You there's the noise of when you pop the bone out of a piece of KFC, that sort of flexing of the tendons. It's grim. You were going to hack your own arm off, and you were going to stay conscious. You are at 10 o'clock, my friend.
That seems even generous, I would say. Okay.
That's nat 20 generous. That's so for those of you who don't know, essentially the clock is everyone's health here. You've got 12 o'clock is fully healed or dead. It's depends on if it's gone round or not. There's 3 o'clock means you've taken 1 harm. 6 o'clock means you've taken 2 harm, and that's when things start to really screw you. 9 o'clock means you've taken 3 harm and are now considered critical, could die without medical attention. 10 o'clock is you really could die soon, starting to like be impaired by stuff. 11 o'clock is if you are not seen immediately, you'll probably die. 12 o'clock is you die. You just game over, buddy. So Finn's at 10 o'clock. So he's 2 points. He's 2 harm away from dying. But you make it, and you are going to be able to crawl out of there. And we will come to you in just a second. But Petra,
wait. Is it the Deadpool shot?
It's
Deadpool's
not
like
the
one
Deadpool.
hand burst through the debris, holding like this bloody ass knife.
It's
cut.
Love it. It's basically we see Adar come out with like the knife dripping with blood in his teeth, like pulling his way out. You look like you've got war paint on because of all the dust and stuff. There's blood flecking it, so you've got like this red stained sprayed war paint on, and then some very fine clothing, ish. Like, and yeah, we're going to cut to Izzy. Izzy, you are standing over your humble abode. Tell us in detail, a little bit of detail about your hideaway.
So I thought that it's something like a second storage room behind the official storage room of the bar. That we haven't really decided yet if Adar never saw it, like he never knew it existed in first place, or maybe probably that. I don't think he would forget something about something like that. So if you were to get in through the secret door in the official storage room, you would first get the impression that this is a room where people just threw in old stuff, like metal shelves that don't really are more broken than anything else, and some cardboard boxes, and maybe some super old equipment from behind the bar that nobody can use anymore. And so she prepped it in a way that if you were to look in there, you wouldn't necessarily directly see her little corner that she has on the back side of the storage room. And I guess over the few months that she's been in there, she brought in a few things to put up on the one shelf, or maybe the 2 shelves that are still intact, just garbage, so that to block the view of her little corner even more. And then in her corner, she just has a mattress, some sheets, pillows, and some knickknacks, I would say, like barter stuff, and then gifts that either were officially given to her or gifts that she gave her
Acquired.
such as when she thought that Angel's brother, it was really due time that he gave her a gift. So at some point she stole that what's it called again? The black tie shotgun from him that originally belonged to Angel, and but she doesn't really remember anymore that this is still there. And I would say that she probably she likes pretty things, maybe that even remember of the olden times, the golden days before the big boom. And so I'd like to mention that she somehow found the scraps of a calendar from year so-and-so, and she just likes to switch through the different calendar photos on it.
What's on the calendar? Is it like a saucy
It's like
calendar,
landscape. It's like landscape.
Oh, cool.
Something like really
Oh,
cheesy with sunsets and
So like postcards from like places around the world, sort of.
yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, and she goes around and tries to find things like that. Maybe even from a super old magazine or book, like where you have people that seem to be happy with each other, or having a good time.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Like a scrapbook. So I'm going to say that you can keep track of the dates. It's a bit sketchy. You at least know what month you're in. It's getting on towards winter. Like it's late autumn coming towards winter.
Coming. Okay.
Indeed, winter is coming. Winter is coming. No, I can't do it. I butchered that. So yeah, no, there's
Winter is coming.
It's shut up. You always say, but it never arrives. So yeah, you know that things are getting on in the year, and this is your little slice of heaven. This is your little slice of paradise. And someone has invaded this and left you a little message. And it says, I see you too, written in what looks like it's red. It could be blood. It could be ink. It could be anything. But it's actually written on your mattress. Your mattress was probably not the cleanest thing in the world, but
I highly doubt it.
Yeah. But there's only one other thing of note in here, and that is a long red piece of cord. It's very thin, very, very thin, almost like the diameter of string. It doesn't look like it's synthetic. It's pinned with like a thumbtack to your mattress, and it leads to like essentially a panel in the wall, and seems to vanish between a crack.
Okay, so she looks at the message and goes, "Ooh, somebody wants to play a game with me." And then she, for the next minute or so, she goes and scampers in her little hidey hole and rummages about, as expecting to maybe find any other clue there. You're just really excited, just rummaging around. And but then eventually she goes back to that court and follows it and says, where you go. And I assume it's leading to the peephole?
No, it isn't
No,
leading to the
doesn't.
peephole. It's leading to the adjacent wall. Do you come into physical contact with it, like skin to skin contact with this cord at any point?
Yeah, she probably doesn't think that far that it might be dangerous, so she probably pick it up or sniff at it or something like that.
As you touch it, you're going to feel a pulse. Like a human pulse.
Oh, interesting. What's it do? And she touches it again.
It's pretty regular, pretty steady. There's a pulse.
You said it doesn't look synthetic. Does it actually look like a thread, like a cord, or does it look organic?
It looks. It's roll me a weird. Roll me a weird, because this is a difficult sort of.
9.
A 9. It looks like it is organic, but there's something not quite right about it.
Okay. So she continues to follow it. You said it leads to a panel.
It leads to a crack in like a panel of your wall. Crack has always been there. It's not like anything new. It just sort of like slots very gingerly through this crack in the panel and vanishes behind it.
And she's thinking. And before she starts messing around with that panel, she actually goes to her little peephole, in front of which is a small wooden panel, just like with an ordinary nail pinned into the wall, so she can slide it to the side and actually peek into the main room of the bar. But whoever prepared that peeping hole did put a little bit more work in it so that he or she would not be immediately recognized, and covered the hole with a little bit of a piece of mesh, like dark mesh, like you have with the insect screens and whatnot.
Yeah.
So from the other side, it wouldn't necessarily be that easily recognizable. So she's just gonna to the.
You look through, you peek through, and you see the back of a man's head at extreme close range as there's a guy leaning there, and as he sort of like flexes, walks over to the bar to get another drink, the view appears, and we find ourselves in the Queen of Hearts, looking out from the wall of the Queen of Hearts. It looks pretty much like a ordinary lazy day. There's not too many people in. If you roll me a plus is sharp, I'll tell you some interesting things that are going on.
Oh, by the way, Sorry, since I rolled weird, I get another improvement because I rolled weird and sharp 4 times last time, and this is the 5th time.
Okay, so that actually means you level up, which means you get to take a plus in any skill or a new move from your move or a new move from a different playbook.
I
or whatever.
already decided what I want to do, but if it's okay with you, I'd like to keep that secret.
Secret from me or secret from?
Well, if you want, I can write you a private
take my
message if you
headphones
want
off.
to know.
Yeah, if you can let me know, that'd be super handy. But
Is there
other
any
than that, that's all.
Can I send you a message on Zoom, or I can do that on Facebook?
There's a chat in Zoom, but you could just put the move in your playbook on Roll20 and
True.
Josh can
and
see
I'll
it.
be able to-
Yeah. Okay, I get to that in a second. Let me roll sharp.
Power Gaming Apocalypse mod, yes.
Oops. Where did my sheet go?
The best. It usually means you're playing the game right as well. You're just doing things that will make you die.
Indeed. Okay, so on an 8, yeah, it's a pretty average sort of night. You notice there's some tension in the bar at the moment. It doesn't actually seem to be between any patrons. It's more between the staff members. You've seen this before. It's essentially hearts, clubs, spades, and diamonds, clubs, and spades all sort of run like a different part of the bar, and they are all. People are not mixing from their usual groups, and people are talking in quiet, low whispers. It's one of those bars where if you walked in at the moment, you feel like everyone would stop, the piano music would stop, everyone would turn and look at you. That sort of like a tense environment. But apart from that, no one really sticks out. It's a pretty average night.
Yeah, I guess she looks back to her mattress, back to and she's thinking what she should do. And actually, she does have a very short attention span, but she also really likes Adar, and she does not see him in the bar. And since she used the mother's heartbeat move for the first time, she has no idea for how long she was gone. So she's actually gonna leave that threat be for a second. She leaves her hidey hole through the vent thingy, so that she actually has to go around the building, because even she occasionally thinks about the fact that it might be weird if she suddenly showed up from inside the building when she had left it earlier. So she walks around and walks back into the bar in front. And who did Ada leave in charge? Was it Spade?
He's left in charge spades, diamonds, and clubs.
Okay.
Diamonds is behind the bar, spades is working one of the tables, and clubs is essentially just making sure the music is good and everyone's keeping okay on the dance floor.
Okay. So she walks over to the bar and to Diamond and goes and say, Where's Ada? Have you seen him? Where is he?
Ada? He hasn't returned yet, I'm afraid.
What do you mean? What
I
kind?
was under the impression that you and him had gone on some sort of expedition.
We did. But something really bad happened. We got exploded, and I flew through the air, and then I don't remember, and I was really hurt, and I had to get out of there, and Ada was gone, and I don't know where he is. I think he's with Angel, but I don't know.
Hold on 1 minute. You were with Master Adar, and were you in a vehicle with him, or?
Yes. The bike with the
sidecar, yes. And what happened?
There was a big explosion underneath, and we flew through the air. And when I woke up, Ada was gone, and the others were gone, and I was bleeding really, really bad. And I had to get out of there. I wanted to look for him, but I couldn't find him.
How loudly are you speaking at the moment?
How what?
How loudly are you speaking at the moment? Are you keeping this quite confidential, or are you just talking out?
Yeah, I actually think that she's half leaning over the bar, sort of. Like, if you see her, you definitely can see that she's in quite a state. She's upset because after being super interested in the message on the on the mattress, everything else came back to her, and that the fact that she's actually quite worried about Ader. So she can keep that. She can keep her cool, but she's not shouting. She's trying.
Real quick, Finn. It was Diamonds working behind the bar. Spades was working the tables and clubs. I've just assigned to
Yeah, I think they rotate. I'll stop short of making them identical triplets, so you can never tell.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
I think they do all look creepily similar.
Is there anything specific I need to know about them?
I don't think so. I think they all have
Cool.
add a bit, we decided that they're kind of a little bit competitive over which one will get the bar if I die on one of my outings. / some patron murders me one night.
Maybe they could have maybe little tattoos of a spade.
Yeah, I think they're all dressed identically and
they've all got it on their collars. They've all got it printed in a very and cufflinks and stuff, little things, tie pins. But apart from that, they look pretty. From a distance, they look pretty similar. And he says, "I understand. If you'll excuse me one moment, I need to double check some things and make sure that everything is in order, just in case he returns."
Hurry! Quick!
Okay, and he nods to a couple of people and roll me plus sharp.
Oop.
Damn. Okay. You are going to notice he nods to specific people who are all strategically placed around the bar. He nods to them, and you notice they all sort of reach very casually. Most people haven't noticed, but you would notice they've reached for weapons. We're talking sort of firearms, blades, a variety.
They break my pretty light fixtures. There is going to be hell when I get back.
We'll get it on insurance. Don't worry, man. We'll get it on insurance.
Just burn the place down. You'll be fine.
I will extract that money from their cold, dead bodies. Swear to God. So, do you do anything in this situation?
Well, I guess she hasn't been around for that long, so I think she would assume that he is asking them to help to get ready.
Yeah, cool. Okay. Fantastic. So, they're going to disperse and sort of walk over to certain people, and Spades is standing there. He's in the middle of dealing a hand of blackjack when there's a loud bang, and the back of his head vanishes in a red mist as a sawn-off shotgun blows the back of his head off. And at that exact moment, there's another loud bang from the DJ booth, and basically there's a small puncture hole in the glass that surrounds it, and everything else is just covered in red. You can't actually see what's going on inside. And a few other people who were sort of standing near Spades or clubs are immediately cut down, as Diamonds has just found out that his employer is dead and has taken the Queen of Hearts.
She didn't say he was dead. Oh well, I get it.
You said you ran over a landmine on a motorbike.
Well, I'm alive.
And you haven't found him yet. He's dead. So he nods and he just says, now that's finished with drinks. And he's going to walk over and start pouring some complimentary drinks for those who just took place in the massacre. And you're actually going to see there's a neon sign that says the Queen of Hearts, and it is pulled down, and from the back room is pulled out another neon sign that is hung up. It says the King of Diamonds.
Oh no, he didn't.
Oh fucking yes, he did.
Oh shit.
I was really expecting this to take a really long time, and you were just like, I'm just gonna go tell him. And I was like, brilliant.
Oh, diamonds. Diamonds.
They are forever. girl's best friend.
Okay, I have to make. Which move? Okay,
You don't have puppet strings for his brain, do you?
honey, my thoughts exactly.
Our favorite little weirdo.
So Izzy might be very childlike, but she's not stupid. And so she's looking around, and then she's just keeping her usual demeanor, and she scampers over to Diamond, and so looking at him innocently and going, so you're gonna help me, right? You're gonna help me. And she's sort of trying to hold on to his arm.
Cool. Okay. Roll me plus hot to see if you can sort of conceal your motive, because he knows you're a weirdo and he knows you are not necessarily to be trusted. But as sort of like in response, whether or not this works, he says, cool. So on this, he's gonna on a fight, he's gonna sort of like stay just out of reach and close the bar flat down. So you could just jump over the bar, but he stands behind the bar, out of arm's reach, and he says, "Well, of course I'm going to help you."
Oh, for some reason I thought he had come before, left his position.
He literally just stood there and went, "Huh, business opportunity, not. This is my bar now." So he just, standing there just out of arm's reach. But he says, "Of course I'm going to help. After all, diamonds are a girl's best friend."
Of course.
Diamonds. You don't even have a class. You're running my bar and you have no class.
Scum. What a scumbag.
Okay, she's just gonna walk over to one of the tables where to the guests, like where guests are sitting, and maybe she can spot someone that she knows, and just in her playful self try to get at least one hand on that person.
Oh, you will absolutely be able to just randomly go up to someone and just go, because it's the club. So
Preferably. Okay, then if that's the case, if is it okay with you if I say she's looking for someone she's seen there before and she now has a gun, or is let's say not enjoys wreaking havoc, or at least enjoys violence using guns?
That's
Probably everybody in that band.
There's a lot of
Never
people.
mind. Forget about it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And-
Okay, so specifically, there's a guy has a sawn-on shotgun because someone is missing the back of their head because of it. He's got it sort of like not really concealed, but like slotted in his jacket at the back, and he has more than one gun. He's standing there sort of like joking about how he's just executed. No one's clearing up because Righteous is missing. They're just doing some shots, and he raises a glass to you as he sees you coming. Next this shot.
How are you doing? Everything okay?
Yeah, everything's pretty good. Now it's just it's been a long time coming, so I'm just really enjoying this Peruvian brandy. Although it's not quite exactly what I was expecting, but alcohol is alcohol at the end of the day. And he raises a glass towards Diamonds.
You're so right. And she gingerly places her hand on his upper back. And then let's see how that goes. For the improvement that happened earlier, I would like to use in-brain puppet strings. I'm not even sure exactly how that works with the command. But anyway, I just roll plus weird. I haven't yet had the time to type up the description but it's not showing in chat anyway. Okay.
Okay, cool. What was it? You rolling a... Oh, damn.
Hello.
So did you just roll... What did you roll? Puppet strings?
in-brain puppet strings is just you just roll plus weird.
Oh dear.
So when you have time and physical intimacy with someone, and since I have the glove of violation, I just need to touch someone.
Physical contact with someone, yeah.
Exactly. You can plant a command inside their mind. Roll plus weird. On a 10 plus, hold 3. On a 7 to 9, hold 1. At your will, no matter the circumstances, you can spend your hold 1 for 1. And there are just 2 options. Inflict 1 harm, or they, as in the affected party, takes a harm right now. If they fulfill your command, that counts for all your remaining holds. So basically it means if they fulfill the command before I used up my hold, those are spent, right? Or count as spent.
Indeed.
Okay. And on a miss, you inflict 1 harm upon your subject to no benefit, which fortunately did not happen. And so, like I said, I'm not really sure how the whole command thing works, if it's actually like a thing that they have to fulfill if they can.
I'm gonna say on a, what did you roll?
A 12.
Yeah, on a 12. It's so how it's gonna work, because it's not entirely, it's sort of.
It's not really specified.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that if you rolled below a 10, you probably would have had to convince him, maybe with a little bit of brain torture and stuff like that. But as you've rolled like a 10 plus is like an auto success.
The scary part of the move is just there is no real way to motivate them past you get hold that you can just spend to hurt them.
Yeah, so you can essentially I'll just let you know right now that 3 harm will kill this man. 2 harm might kill him. It might put him in
I don't want to.
No.
To kill him.
So essentially, you've just like placed your hand on his back, and you're like, "I can kill you at will now." You don't even have to be. I don't even think you have to.
No. I haven't yet given my command.
Yeah. No. So you basically have command. You can have 1 command. It has to be a sentence. It can't be more than a sentence. Just give him an objective.
Yeah, and the objective for Izzy is quite simple. As she had to see how Righteous changed sides, and which she knows that Ada does not like at all. And then Ada, she cannot find him, which really upsets her. And then all those little pricks in the bar, Diamonds and the others turn out to be assholes. So the command will be kill Diamond, Spade, and what's the other name? Heart?
Clubs. Just so you know, Spades and Clubs are dead. Spades had the back of his head, but
right.
Clubs was shot in his DJ booth.
So who's left? Sorry,
Diamonds, who you just spoke to, who's behind the bar, who won't let you touch him.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's easy then. I was too focused on the whole he got his brain shut out. I forgot there with Spades. Anyway, well, then she's just gonna command him to kill Diamond. Yeah, and that, I guess it stops there. Like she couldn't go further and say, okay, make sure that the bar stays in good shape until Adar comes back. That's probably too much of a stretch, right?
It's going to be a very simple. So what happens is yes, Michael. Just so you know, that is entirely a thing. So you basically psychically create this image in his head, and he's just like, cool. He finishes his shot, and he's like, oh, right. Goes down, like his brain goes down, like next thing to do. It's not like, need to use the toilet, need to, have a chat about something else. He's just like, oh, cool. I know what I need to do next. And he's just like, excuse me there, boys.
And before he gets ready, Izzy actually walks out of the bar.
Cool. Okay, Izzy, you can walk out, and there's going to be as like you walk out, the doors sort of like close. They swing open again slightly. You see him getting closer to the bar. They close again. They swing open slightly. You see him getting very close to the bar. Swing open again. You see him reach behind his back, and then they swing, and they don't open quite enough, but there's a flash from inside the bar, and then they close. And then you are going to hear a lot of gunshots. a lot of gunshots.
And as Izzy vanishes around the corner of the building, you can hear her saying,
He wasn't really a bad man. And what do we do with boys who don't behave? What do we do with them? We punish them.
and then she walks around the corner. And she actually goes back into her hidey hole. Hopefully, no, she's gonna wait a little bit. I don't know how thick the wall actually is between her and her hidey hole and the bar.
When you get back, there will be bullet holes, but it wasn't a long gun battle. Believe me.
They put holes in my Mona Lisa. Damn it.
No. Your Mona Lisa is fine. It's just the wall. It's plasterboard and shit. There's nothing in between. All the asbestos has been stripped out, unfortunately. So yeah, cool. We're gonna cut back to Angel and Xander. You guys are sort of like, Angel, your vehicle has kind of not had a great day.
No,
you're missing the boot.
Days.
So that's a thing for starters. It's just gone, been blown off entirely. And yeah, your vehicle has just flown about 30 meters, just lifted off the ground and thrown sideways. Why don't we plus call to see how you're doing at staying in control of a vehicle that is being buffeted by the explosive radius of this giant bomb you just let off.
Fuck. This is free.
Cool.
My luck is gone.
Okay,
downhill.
so your vehicle, it's pretty toasted. Your axle has gone on the back, and there were some guys in the back. They're not there anymore. Righteous is next to you. He's going to take some damage, and so are you, as you get caught in the explosive wake of a daisy cutter, which throws up all of the debris, all of the shrapnel around these buildings. And there was a lot of them because there were buildings here at one point, and they've all sort of like fallen down and collapsed. So it's just great. Flying bits of concrete, shards of metal, and bits and pieces come flying into you, and it's going to be very bad for you. So you're going to take 2 damage.
Okay. What do I mark damage
Not
on the
pretty
sheet again?
at all.
What do I mark damage on the sheet?
So yeah, take 2 harm, and are you?
There we go. Yeah. What do I
I was
mark
going
damage
to
on the
say, like,
sheet?
Will's really quiet today, and I don't know if he's.
I was talking on stream, but not on Zoom.
Okay.
Where do I mark damage on the sheet? Sorry.
So basically, on your sheet, it should just say 3, 6, 9,
Yeah.
10, 11, 12,
I hear you.
and 12 is you like.
You're right. Yeah.
Say what? How many harm are you on at the moment?
I took 1 before, and then I took another 1 here, so 6, I guess.
No, 2.
So 9.
This is.
Yep.
What was
About
that?
9.
Sounds like the armor-piercing kind of harm.
Yeah.
Concussive force.
So yeah, it's basically like you just the sheer force is going to like you've got a couple of cracked bones. They're non-specific. They're in areas.
But we
Everything
have
else.
succeeded in blowing up everything else, right?
Oh, the pyre is gone. It's
Good.
entirely gone. Like there was no pyre. It never existed. You can just pretend they never existed.
Good.
You ruined my plot.
Is there like any like scrap, I guess, or any like debris which we could look back on and be like, let's take that shit before we go back home?
Yes. But I will tell you right now, your vehicle is not going anywhere anytime
Yeah, that's
soon.
the case. There are other cars
so,
around,
like-
right? Though there are other drivers. There are other cars around
Yeah.
us.
There are other cars around. You probably need a savvy head to like rip it out of like wrecked cars around you. You do have 3 other cars that are with you. There's not enough room for you and Righteous unless you're gonna like hold onto the chassis or get someone else to do that.
Yeah,
Two-
we'll do that. We'll basically we're gonna get out of our car. I'm gonna signal to someone to one of the cars to come by us. Wave my hands like it's on fire, and then get them to drive over. And I say I'm driving, and like push out the dude out of the way. Cling the chassis.
Yeah, he just like he just falls out and just like climbs on board
Yeah.
and yells, "Witness me" for some unknown reason.
Yeah. So there's the
and-
group of us are gonna drive in this car, I guess. I guess at the moment, like, the blast radius is throwing up loads of smoke, so going in there at this point would be a bad idea.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's not radioactive. You
it's
wouldn't
just-
even have a concept really of like radiation weapons. So
Yeah.
it's just smoke and dust and stuff. So I mean, it's up to you.
Okay, so I'm gonna say, we got 'em good, lads! And I say, drive in, take anything you can, give nothing back, and then go back.
You
To
are the
what
worst.
Righteous nods to you.
You have no justification, Finbar. You are the worst.
Indeed.
I'm willing to leave some room at the peak of this mountain
Can
for
I
you
stand
at the
it?
moment.
Can I stand on it with you?
Yeah. But we're doing
Titanic
that
style.
thing, holding each other's hands. We kind of lean off the top
We are
spot.
the worst.
So yeah, Righteous sort of nods. The rest of the group are like, yeah. A couple of people are like, yeah, Charlie, you. Oh, like Charlie's out there.
He died in a glorious way.
Charlie
We're
was
currently
awaited.
breathing, Charlie.
Charlie was awaited. That's all you need to know. Yeah. So like the convoy swings round and like sluggishly. There's a lot of new terrain to like deal with, and it's very loose. Some of it's still falling, but yeah, you guys are gonna make it through. Xandar, you're buried alive.
That makes sense.
You're 75. You're buried alive.
Mhm.
Hit me with that rap, Will.
Go on.
Staying alive, staying alive.
Indeed,
There we
yeah.
go. That's what's up.
Go on.
That's it. That's
Alright.
it right now. There's nothing else really going on. You're 75 and you have been buried alive in debris.
Okay. But I'm a spry 75. Okay. Just put that out.
Okay, whatever you say, buddy.
I'm a spring chicken. All right. Yeah, I would like to not be buried alive. It would be great.
Cool. I'm gonna say you can sort of like excavate yourself. What harm were you on?
I was, I guess, 3 to 1 harm total.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant you taking 3 harm. I was like,
3,
You
yeah.
might actually be dead.
Yeah, no, I took 1 total.
Yeah, cool. You're gonna take 4 harm from that explosion. Because you did not tell them how to prime it properly, and you did not get far enough away, and they fucked up. And you didn't. It was a series of successively bad rolls. You are you might die. This is the sort of like situation you're in. But a vehicle is going to notice you.
I'm at
and
10, you're saying?
yeah. And 10 o'clock is not a good place to be. But a vehicle will notice you and sort of like offer to pick you up. One of the guys will like get out and it like slowly, carefully like excavate you. Your legs are pretty mangled, your arms are pretty mangled, your face is pretty unrecognizable, and he's gonna like put you in the seat. And then the car like speeds away, and this guy's left standing there, realizing he gave up his seat for you, and he's like, "Guys, guys."
No, I have to walk.
Yeah. And then you just like start slowly, demeaningly trudging after the convoy. Yeah, you okay? You are moving towards a giant dust cloud.
Of other vehicles, I assume.
Yeah, there are 4.
This
Oh, no,
was
there are
one of Angel's vehicles, not some bad guy vehicle.
Yeah, it's some random guy just picks you up.
Yeah.
You're on your way to a slave market.
That's my luck today.
Yeah. So no, you're one of 3 vehicles. You can see Angel's leading the party. He's not in his vehicle. His vehicle is not present. One of the 4 that fled, but you can see him sat next to Righteous and a couple of people. There's a guy clinging onto like the spoiler that bounces you into the vehicle, and there's another guy who's on his knees who is like buckled to the vehicle, holding his arms out wide, yelling something incoherently.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and you're driving into like this huge dust cloud. You good?
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, I'm probably dying, and I'm 75.
Yeah. You can assess your wounds if you'd like, or
Yeah, I probably need some life support. What I would want to do is there was a second building that exploded also.
Oh, that's gone.
Okay.
No, you don't. You don't set something like that off and have buildings survive.
It's kind of difficult to tell because there's a solid wall of dust, like about a foot in front of where it used to be.
You would be able to see the shadowy outline. It's not there. They're gone. They've just vanished.
That's what I'd like to hear.
Yeah.
Um,
And they essentially went through they methodically detonated every building in the local area. So they had these two buildings that were sort of like one mega structure with tower, bridges and stuff connecting the two. And they had a landscape around them that they could just throw explosives and artillery at. They also stockpiled explosives, and then you set a daisy cutter off, and all of those explosives ignited. Yeah, there's nothing in this local area that's standing.
So do we have a pretty clear path back to Cemetery City?
You're in Cemetery City. If you're talking about the altar, it's in the opposite direction to the one you're going. You were driving into Ground Zero, sort of where everything happened. Yeah.
They're probably coming or passing by the bike, right? That Adar and Izzy were on.
Oh, they didn't make it anywhere near that far away. They wished they made it. Adar's fine. Adar didn't get hit with much more than a buffet from the shockwave. They got their vehicles.
No, I meant when they on their way back. If they take the same way back.
If they take the same way back, they will be going that way. But Will is driving into the center of where the bomb
I'm gonna
went
get
off.
scrap, yo.
But by the way, is it possible for Adar in that time between them getting hit between all of this happening for Adar to have kind of made it up to the group of what's the word I'm looking for here? Disorientated and confused lot, still his stolen, now shredded and bloodied hoodie, and attempt to kind of blend in unnoticed. Basically with Angel's men. I specifically unnoticed by Angel and Righteous.
You're about maybe a mile from the buildings on foot.
Okay.
No. That's where they were aiming to be when the explosion happened. They basically what I did is if Michael had done a good job and actually told them how to solve this thing, it would have been
is gone.
Roll a 1d6, you have that many turns. If he failed, it was roll a 1d6 and I'll halve that, and that's how many turns. He rolled a 1, so I halved the 1, so it just instantly went off. So they didn't get any head start whatsoever. It just exploded and eradicated the local area. No, they are nowhere near you. To give you an example, Will is turning around and driving maybe 30 seconds back in the direction he came from. He's lucky he's alive. They're all lucky they're alive.
Okay.
In my defense, I did a great job.
Indeed, yeah. I mean, Will was like, can you destroy that building? You were like, yeah, I mean, maybe?
Yeah. I confidently said yes, and it's destroyed. So, mission accomplished. 100%. I guess if we're driving back towards these buildings, can I roll to keep an eye out?
Yeah, roll me plus sharp.
I think it's actually cool. Yeah. Oh yeah. There. I have it wrong. I'm dumb. Sharp.
Yeah, that's cool.
I wrote it wrong. So click buttons. Yes.
Yeah, I do believe you. No, I think because with Apocalypse Sword, you generally always get to do something. It's just whether or not something terrible happens. So I think it's keep an eye out. Yeah. You get to hold one, and at any point you can ask me something. So
yeah, I have that up here.
Yeah, cool. Keep an eye out. You're rolling. Yeah, cool. So yeah, you hold one, so you can use that at any point during the upcoming battle or looting or whatever happens.
Yeah.
Angel, your vehicles sort of pull in, and you are just a big mounds of rubble, easily 100 meters high.
Yeah.
There's just steel bits falling down. There's fire just randomly dotted around where like things have just caught ablaze.
I'm gonna say to the guys, fan out, everybody. See what you can get your hands on. Bring it back to the cars, and then we'll drive back home safe and sound.
Cool. Everyone looting. Roll me plus sharp. I'll do the same for you.
Looting, rooting, tooting, shooting.
Is Xander, is he mobile? Can he move around? How dying is dying?
I'm gonna say someone will be able to patch you up a little bit, but you will forego. You can do one of two things. You can either go out and try looting, or you can stay here and get patched up. If you go out and go looting, it's probably going to take its toll on you. But if you don't go out looting, you're not going to get anything cool.
I rolled an 11.
There was so many explosive devices out there. Yeah, he's going out to loot.
You're going out looting. Cool. Roll me plus sharp.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Cool. So, Will, Angel is looking for what exactly?
Fucking anything, man. Like, probably like drugs. Really, is what he's interested in. Like new supplies.
Yeah. So the Pyre were all high most of the time. Most of them just
My kind of people.
they're lunatics. They're all psychotically insane from drug overuse and explosives. You're going to find a couple of things. You're going to find a new drug that you've never heard of before. You've never really seen before, but you know it's a drug. You just instinctively know. And I'm going to say you're going to have a new recipe that you're going to be able to concoct and make money off of. It actually uses like ground up gunpowder in it.
Nice.
Snort it, and it is some good shit.
I found
yeah,
the schematics to the drugs.
Indeed.
Like,
but yeah, also, if you want, I'll let you take any low-tech weapon that you want. Nothing like no fucking laser rifles or railguns or shit like that. But name me a weapon that you think would be pretty cool. It's not ridiculous.
I think like he hasn't got a pistol at this point, so I've got a shotgun, but a pistol is probably quite handy just to have as an offhand sort of weapon.
Cool. You find a high caliber pistol, and I'm like a high caliber pistol.
Okay.
It's like a fucking 50 cal Desert
Barrow
Eagle.
50 cal.
Yeah, it's a Barrow. It's just you find an.
I look around and I'm on rust. I quickly twist my body.
360, 760, yeah.
Yeah, 760 degrees.
720, yeah, bang. Xander, take a Barrett 50 cal to the face and lose because you are a noob. And yeah, you're gonna find like a high caliber magazine fed pistol. It's fucking nasty. This thing is gonna do 3 harm. Just write down 3 harm, loud, messy.
Nice.
He like picks it up and looks at it, and then he just says, "Well, I can't use that," and he hands it over to Angel.
Yeah, it's like yeah.
This was invented after I was 30. I don't understand.
He says, "These don't go boom. They just go bang. I don't want that." And he hands it over to you.
I take it.
Xander, you were going to find essentially some grenades. You're going to find 2 of them. Yeah, that's it. That's unfortunately they're like World War II frag grenades.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Really?
They probably
Steak grenades, like the classic potato masher.
yeah.
Nice.
That's infinitely cooler.
Cool. We grab our loot and say, "Everybody back to the cars!"
Cool. Your guys are sort of like pulling out some interesting bits of flotsam and jetsam. One of them is in the process of mounting a flamethrower on one of your trucks, which he tests out, and it lets out a gout of flame and then dies, and ejects the tank, and it appears to have run dry. But you now have like a flamethrower thing.
That's cool.
Like a mounted flamethrower that you can distribute wherever, and a couple of others like pick up some small arms and bits and pieces, arm themselves a bit better, and one of them is going to find some pretty nasty heavy armor that needs some serious repairs, but yeah, it's there, and they throw it all into the back, and you guys loot the shit out of that, and
Yeah, and then
get
like
out.
get the fuck out of here, basically.
Yeah, cool.
Because a fire like this is gonna attract scavengers.
Oh yeah, you can believe. Xander, you get these 2 grenades and you're like woohoo! And the second you exert that much energy,
we're back.
you put your back out, you get a head rush, and the next thing you know, you're waking up strapped into a seat. The 2 grenades are in the glove, but now they're in the one's in the drink holder, and then one's like in that bit above the glove box, and no one knows what that part is because it's not really deep enough to put anything in. It's just there to annoy you. It's just there, and you wake up being injected with something. Take the edge off, and you guys are going to turn around. We're going to cut back to Finbar at this point. Adar, you come out. You look like Rambo. You have blood. You have war paint that's like smeared like chalk dust with blood and like clay, and you just look terrible. You've got an arm missing. Your right
I
arm
think
is.
you mean badass.
You look badass, if that's what you want to believe. There are like tears streaming down, which have like made streaks in your face. Yeah, you.
Congealed blood and dust on like splattered here. It's a good look. Ada pulls it off. It looks like his scars reopened. Like I guess. Like.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So yeah. So I will do a spin and assess. I think this is definitely a charged situation because I'm dying, and I need to find a way back to the city and Doc Brown, and also a way to peel Righteous's traitorous, his mechanical useful arm off his traitorous soon-to-be corpse, so I can give it to Doc Brown and tell him to make me alive again. So I think this is a charged situation. I would like to roll some stuff on. That's an 8. That's not bad.
I mean, it's not brilliant, but it's not bad yet.
It's one question. I'll take one. Considering I've rolled mostly fails so far in this campaign. So yeah, like, Adar kind of gets the top size. Like, if I just do a slow spin, like, before I get to my asking big logical, but like, what is just... I assume at one side there's a big fucking dust cloud.
There's you're gonna get up, and you're going to see like essentially something moving towards you at extreme speed, like faster than you've ever seen anything. It's like a dust cloud, and then it wash over you, and you hear like something reverberate within you, and everything around you shifts. All the flooring shifts, and you notice behind you, I'm really glad you didn't black out then, because this would have killed you, that where you were, like the crawl space you just left your arm in, everything just caves in. You also have just long enough to see the one of the guys standing there with a torch sconce, digging for like some of his compadres. The shockwave triggers, his flame goes out. He is knocked flat, and he sort of like sinks into like almost quicksand, but of like rubble and stuff, as it like a maw of concrete and jagged metal opens up and just crushes him. They're dead.
Good shit. Yeah. So I guess the question is once again, where's my best escape route? I want transportation because foot will take too long.
Cool.
Unless I guess the escape route I'm looking for is the one that escapes me from dying. So my base assumption is that is some kind of vehicle to take me home.
Wagon.
But if that's any kind of first aid kit, a wagon. This was like a thin road underneath a archway, wasn't it?
The archway isn't there anymore.
Okay, but there's still like rubble and crap. So I'd like there's still only a bit of road that necessarily cars could. Okay.
There's significantly less road. It's pretty much an off-road trek. But you notice that there is a wagon. It's drawn by some sort of quadrupedal animal of some sort. It appears to be made of like wood and metal blended together. It's got huge, meaty off-road tires on it, despite the fact that it's like a drawn wagon. And there is like a huge Hessian throw that's thrown over the top. It appears to be full of stuff.
All right.
There's
well,
there's like a bench to sit on.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll poke around in that to see if they've got any kind of like bandages, magical insta healing syringes, something that'll keep me some just adrenaline shot that'll keep me conscious long enough to get this back.
Cool.
A big gun. It's
roll me
always
plus
used
shot.
for a big gun.
Roll me plus shot.
I mean, I'm just
Also, whilst Finn's looking this up on the hour, I remind you folks, if you're new to Encounter Roleplay, do hit that follow button and join our speech asking for the giveaway link earlier. It's here in chat if you're interested in entering into our giveaway for our D&D 5th edition stuff, so you can find it down below in that link in chat. And of course, the Sigley's retweets we're already seeing on 18, which means we're just maths away from 25, which means you guys get to decide what happens in our game. 19, I tell a lie. So if you haven't tweeted out, just 6 more folks retweeting out will mean that you guys get a viewer decision to blow us up even further than we've blown ourselves up already. And if you are new, you get 100 free gold whenever you hit that follow button and join us for the first time. And means you can get a character in our tavern roleplay, which is 24/7 role-playing in the tavern. And if you guys do play in the tavern, as I know a bunch of you do, we are looking for feedback on the tavern, how to improve it, how to make it better for both yourselves and for new players as well. I'm all good. Carry on, Finn.
I got an 8. So partial.
What's up,
well,
Psychoborg? Good to
yeah.
see you, man.
I'm going to say you can find something cool or something to take the edge off.
Breathing
Why would you make me
intensifies.
do this? I need to not die. That is priority 1. Adar Rose will not die in some dusty shithole. Something to take the edge off.
Cool.
I'm kind of turning into Angel, weirdly, in the last night and a half. I've taken a lot of
Welcome.
drugs. I'm doing a lot of violence.
This is how we do it, man.
Doing a lot of violence.
You were going to find essentially a metal plate attached to by 4 prongs to a long stick, and there's also a torch sconce. This would be enough to cauterize that wound closed for now. You also find some very, very nice. You're not sure what it is, but it gives the whiff of something Angel would endorse.
Well, shove that thing on the end of my stump, and I
Heard that one
I think
before,
there's a sigh, and then there's less silent screaming this time.
Yeah. Cool. You scream loud and proud as you cauterize your own stump closed. You drop the poker. It's very unpleasant. And
sizzling
there's,
is the adjective I would describe.
what do you do with this herb? It's like sort of like finely chopped, vaguely plant-like. How do you?
How much of that is there?
Quite a considerable amount. There's like, imagine like like you know those in cartoons, like big bags of flour that the bakers get.
Yeah.
Wallace and Gromit. That's all I'm like, drugs? Wallace and Gromit. That's what comes to mind.
Okay.
Big sack.
Yeah. So I'm gonna kind of just quickly test this like gravel pit to see if it's still shifting. Like I'll just throw.
Oh, like around you, you're pretty secure. Like most
Yeah,
of the-
it's settled mostly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the majority of these sacks, and I'm going to like dump them and throw some like gravel over them after I like roll them off and make sure nothing's getting inside. But I'm going to throw throw some stuff over them after taking out a handful just to hang on to. So I'm going to conceal. I'm pulling the "I have a thing you want, don't kill me," and then I'll tell you where the treasure is buried.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
That guy who always opens his mouth leads me to that point in an RPG, and I go, thanks for that, and then I cap him in the back of the head and steal everything. Yeah, no, I know that guy.
Yeah. But hey, it's my best bet of Righteous not just trying to kill me as soon as he sees me.
Basically just become an NPC, you know that, Finn.
Hey. If I was an NPC, I'd get killed. I'm a PC. I've got some moves
I
left.
used to be an adventurer like you. Then I took a John Lewis to the arm.
I will push the cart. Then if I can move it, or if I can coerce this guy.
Drawn by a huge fucking
Yeah. Okay.
creature.
So again, the next bit then is I approach this thingy. Sorry, I was thinking it was unmanned. But yeah. The
So
next
imagine
part
like-
is approaching it.
It's built muscular-wise like a bear, like a considerably big bear. But chat, you know what? You guys are gonna tell me it's a bear crossed with another creature. Name me another creature that exists on God's green earth, and we will blend them in an unceremoniously horrific fashion.
I wonder.
Bear plus mammal. No, bear plus seal.
Yeah.
The beal.
So I guess this is a seduce manipulate to kind of like go, hey buddy, I'm not gonna hurt you.
Cool. Okay.
yeah.
First thing I saw. So this thing is like a giant bear, except it's like Slinky Dog in the center. It's got like the bulbous sort of like sections, almost like it's the Michelin Man, and it's covered in like a thick coat of hair. Except this hair is green and spiked. For this is a catabear. It's half caterpillar, half bear. It
Good.
can stretch its body. It's poisonous, just so you know, and it's sort of docile. But at some point, this thing may or may not sprout wings.
Good. Well, that might be useful later down the line. But right now, I just need it to listen to me. So yeah, I guess like I don't know whether the monologue is for the benefit of the cat bear or for Adar, but yeah, it's kind of like,
Hit me.
all right, friend. All right, buddy. I guess it's you and me left. We're just gonna smell. We'll see how. Do I have a rough idea of the land speed of a cat bear?
Catabears, I mean...
Land speed of an unladen catabear.
Well, as the catabear flies, it's
when spooked, they can move pretty fast. Like if you were generally seeing these around the wasteland, these aren't massively uncommon. But you know they're not the sort of thing that I imagine Angel keeps around. Yeah, it's probably 30 miles an hour steadily. They take a while to get up to speed, but once they're at speed, they go through stuff.
Okay, cool. That sounds handy. I want this guy. So it's just kind of like I'm gonna get back to town. We're gonna find Doc Brown. He's gonna fix me up. We're gonna get you a nice bucket or whatever it is a catabear likes to eat. I'll be honest, buddy. I've forgotten. I'm in a bit of a state right now. That's gonna be lovely.
What do catabears eat?
Catabears eat leaves, asbestos leaves. And I will attempt to kind of, I guess, manipulate it into driving me home, despite not being its owner.
Cool. Roll me plus heart. These things are massively aggressive.
Right. Come on, Ada. Your time to shine. Oh!
This thing sort of like tries to nuzzle up to you. Luckily, it's sort of shackled. So
Tries to nuzzle up to the arm that isn't there.
No, it tries to nuzzle up to you. Its quills sort of like fold inward, and it's more fluffy. But if it underneath its fur, it's got like spines which shoot up. They're laced with poison, but its fur, when they're sort of like docile. You can like stroke it and it won't hurt you, and it nuzzles up to you. It sees you're injured, and it just sort of like, it looks like it's eager to be going.
Cool. That's grand. Yeah, so I will shove my fistful of strange leaves into my pocket.
Real quick, are you emptying the rest of the stuff that's on the cart? Because my god, there's a lot of stuff on this cart.
I mean, like, what are we talking here? I mean, if there's food and water, I'll hang on to. If there's any,
Yeah, there's a lot of food and water, but there's also a couple of crates.
I will take the time to just shove a knife underneath one of the crates and pop the lid with my roid arm.
You pop it. There's essentially swords, knives, axes. They look pretty rough, but at the same time, they look like they're made out of some pretty sturdy shit.
So they aren't fancy, but they're serviceable.
Yeah. Yes. Oh yeah. These are better than your average pickaxe.
Okay. So yeah, I will. I'll keep a sword. Adar definitely feels like the. Actually, does Adar feel like that's the right weapon for him today? I think he'll keep a big old mace. Just pulls a mace out of there, throws it in the cart, and then just tips the boxes out of the back of the crate. I'll hang on to the majority of the water and a bit of the food, and just toss the rest on the side of the road. Don't care.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Peace out.
So yeah, you're just keeping hold of like a box of weapons, food, water, and
I think it's literally just maybe like a mace and an axe, and the like one of each, and then the rest is just tipped out. I'm not packing for an army.
Okay, cool.
Also, big shout out to Avenger. How's it going, dude? Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you back.
Roll me plus cool to start. Are you heading back to town? Like
That's the
back to the old
plan.
town?
Yes.
Roll me plus cool.
I think my destination is Dot Brown's place. I don't suppose I can. This is doing something under fire of passing out at the wheel of a cat.
Yeah, no, I'm actually going to give you that because it's navigating like difficult terrain. Essentially, handling an animal you're unfamiliar with. Cat bears are not the usual sort of like. Well, yeah, cool. I'm gonna say you're not even you're gonna make it back pretty much unscathed, but you may or may not be outrun by a convoy. We'll see. Angel, you guys are heading back now. Do you want to make me a roll to see as you sort of lead the convoy? Roll me plus sharp as you try and navigate through, because there's you're on the wrong side of a minefield, whether or not you know it, and unfortunately you demolished the department store, so you can't go that way again.
That's a 4 for me, but I also wanted to quickly answer Mad Go Games' question. He says, I have a question. This is post-apocalyptic RPG. We're playing Apocalypse World at the moment. It's an official tabletop RPG. If you search Apocalypse World, you can find it in the title of the stream. You will be able to find it. I'm sure someone can link you to some rules and stuff like that, though. You can find it really easily.
All the rules are free online. I'm just making sure I have the right site name. And
also, if you are new Mad Go Game, do hit that follow button and join us, just like any of you guys if you're new. It's 17 minutes past the hour, which is the perfect amount of time past an hour, being the exact length of an English donga in inches. None of your American feet or centimeters here. So if you guys are new, do join us and follow if you're enjoying the show.
So Josh, before we finish off whatever the hell Angel's about to blow up, I did roll keep an eye out. I did have to hold one. One of those is direct an ally's attention to a danger. They then take one less harm from that danger.
Well rolled. See, this is Apocalypse World is a cool little thing, and once you sort of get a hold of like,
I feel like mines would do lots of harm.
Yeah, mines were going to be your problem. Mines are not going to be massively your problem. So, on a 4, you're going to essentially. Who's leading this convoy? Are you leading this convoy, or?
No, I guess because like we took a while to get into the right car. We're probably not in the lead at this point.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you are not leading this convoy. You're in the center. The car in front of you is going to suddenly explode. Not like outwards in every direction. Like there's an explosion centered on it, when the dust clears, you see the vehicle on the other side, but it's quite clearly damaged. And yeah, it's pretty much killed the driver and wounded the 5 or so passengers inside.
Fuck.
Things are getting very, very cramped around here, and you now have
Well, there's more room now that they're dead.
no, there's 5 of them. They're not dead, they're
Oh.
injured.
Oh, okay,
But-
they're injured. Fuck.
He's not dead, just mostly dead.
Just mostly dead.
As
Not
Xander
quite dead enough to not cost
yells
money.
out,
Still somewhat alive.
points, and your vehicle comes screeching to a stop, and like the bumper just almost touches, almost teases the tension on a very thin piece of wire that is next to invisible, and Xander just says,
Yeah, he goes, hey, huzzah, minefield. And then he like leans back in his chair
Is
with the
there
IV still in.
is there any space at all for these guys on our cars?
you could strap them to your vehicles.
All right, we'll say strap them up, lads. Strap them on, and kind of lash them.
You will be asking your healthy guys to walk out into a minefield to get them. Just so you know.
Only 5 of these guys.
Yeah,
Are they,
there's 5 of
are they
them.
trapped at the moment?
They're not trapped. They're just like in various states of incapacitated in a vehicle.
Yeah. We'll leave them there for now. We'll come back and get them. I mean, we can't have the entire mission being a whole disaster here.
Yeah,
We've
fair
lost like
enough.
50 guys anyway.
Cool.
Leave them be, lads. We'll come back and get them soon.
Xander, roll me plus sharp to see if you can find a workaround here.
Yeah, you're
yes.
a clever guy.
Yes.
Xander can do it.
7. That's not a red number.
That's not a bad
It's
number.
not a red, no. Cool. I'm
So
gonna
much
give you
better
a
than a
choice.
red number.
I'm going to give you a choice, Xander. You can try and make it over sort of like a wrecked department store. It would be hell on your vehicles, but it's pretty open. Or you can drive on your right. There's another building, but I mean, it looks unsteady as fuck. And you did a lot of damage to the last building you drove through. Like things fell on top of your cars and stuff. So it's up to you. Like it's clearer that way, and you'd be a lot faster. But you're driving through dangerous terrain. The other way is less dangerous, but will probably knacker out your vehicles. Choice is yours. Which way do you recommend?
So, as a very, very seasoned now savvy head, would elderly Xander know the likelihood of him being able to fix these vehicles?
Pretty much, like you can get hold of parts. There are a couple of places. There's a place called Mall Town, which does open trade with anyone. They're literally, it's a fucking wrecked shopping mall, and they're just like, hey.
I also do have a junkyard as part of my workshop.
as well. I mean, everything is time and parts.
Yeah.
Various other factions out there you can trade with who won't openly shoot you on sight unless you like.
But if I have the parts, I can fix these vehicles?
Yeah, it's just gonna take time.
Okay. Then yeah, I tell I do stuff. Yeah, I tell Angel about both paths, and that I recommend the I say we stay on the path we're currently on. I can fix whatever breaks, probably just not the bodies.
You heard him, lads.
Arms and
Stick
ears.
it true. And we're gonna stay true to our course.
Cool. Roll me plus cool, but take a plus 1 to whatever you roll because you're
11.
taking advice. I am cool,
Damn.
and you know what we forgot, Will? We forgot that you're re-rolling you're swapping your stats every hour.
I told you.
Yeah, I know.
I told you
I
we'd
know.
forget.
Let's see how your other vehicle does because you're down to two vehicles now. But they're also going to get some pluses. So that was not a roll. That was just a travesty. 6 plus 2. Yeah, your other vehicle will make it through as well.
Nice.
They're going to take the vehicle's pretty banged up. You make it through pretty unscathed, but they're pretty banged up.
We're
But
running
they
the
make-
gauntlet.
yeah, you guys are going to make it to town around about the same time as a Catabear drawn carriage arrives,
Of
laden
course.
with next to nothing now, but food and water, which was always good. As a one-armed, very light-headed Adar pulls into town, and at this point, we're going to swap back to Izzy. Izzy, you are you're back in your hidey hole. The smell of gun smoke is everywhere. There's like, it's acrid. It's
Through
piercing.
sneezing a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's not. I don't think she's gonna stay there for long because as tempting, very, very tempting this threat is that suddenly appeared out of nowhere, she'd really like to know what's on the other side. The fact that none of the others, and especially Ada, haven't returned, still leaves her in a very, like, she's still very upset. And so she's sort of pacing back and forth in her hidey hole, thinking back of who else was nice to Ada recently, and the only person she can really think of is Doc Brown. And would she know where to find him?
Oh yeah. Doc Brown has like the infirmary.
In a town of drug addicts where an overdose is like a 2-a-day occurrence, the doctor must surely be like, everyone knows their way there.
Yeah, then Izzy would grab her leather jacket, grab a scarf, because winter's coming, and then walk over to Doc Brown, just like popping a collar.
Cool. Yeah, are you going out through the bar, or are you just
No, she's going out through the vent. She's not
Yeah.
going through the bar.
Yeah.
She's not
You,
quite sure what the stage is in there right now.
Yeah. You head out through like the vent. You like drop down and sort of pop your collar, and you would see, like, as you land near sort of like the entranceway to the bar, there is red seeping out underneath the double doors from the. I mean, is it the Queen of Hearts? Is it the King of Diamonds? No one really knows at the moment.
The king is dead, long live the queen.
Whatever. And as you're walking sort of through town, things are pretty normal as you move further away. Although it's a bit quiet. People are less chatty than usual. It's a weird time. You guys have been attacked and the boss is gone, and it's always that tense moment of, will he return? Do we own this place? Will raiders take this place? So it's not. People are sort of cracking jokes, but there's a lot less humor around. And you're going to make it to the infirmary. The infirmary is literally like a I'm trying to think of what's the name. Those I'm trying to think. The D-shaped sheds that the military used for barracks,
Like bunker
the,
things.
Oh.
I know what they're called.
Yeah. I can't remember.
D-bunkers.
Yeah. No. So
Big
he's in the, like,
D-bunkers is what they call them.
bunker
Yes.
that like is quite low down. It's quite near the center, sort of, because I imagine Angel would be smart enough to have like the medical place close to his house as opposed to like on the outskirts where it could get destroyed. So yeah, it's nearer to sort of like the compound. It's pretty deep within, and there's a long queue. There's like 9 or so people who are just queuing outside.
Chat says hanger. That's a good word.
Yeah, there's a hangar. Fuck it. Yeah, there's just like there's a hangar, and it's like you get to the door, and there's like 9 people standing there, and there's a guy sat there, who's essentially got like a desk against the front door, and he's like handing out ticket stubs to people who are arriving. People like bringing their friends who have like collapsed from like drug overdoses from doing all this choke. So like people like brought their friends like slung over their shoulder, like taking their ticket, walking over, throwing them down. There's a
Okay.
Another suggestion is Quonset hut. No fucking idea. Looks like it though.
Yeah, Quonset hut. There's a Quonset hut there, but it's like in a hangar.
Okay, she's making her way over to the desk, and sort of slightly leans in a little bit, and she goes,
I need to see the doctor right now. I have a very important message from Ada. I need to see him right now. It's very, very important.
Roll me plus hot.
I should have gone acro on him. Because then I could have rolled plus weird.
Aren't those two? There's like the Hocus one lets you manipulate with weird. The Brainer one lets you seduce with weird. Very specifically,
No.
It's kind of creepy. As you know, things off the Brainer playbook.
So yeah, the hot thing is not gonna work.
Yeah, no, he just hands you a ticket. You are currently number 472.
Actually, she's not gonna be happy with that. She's pulls out one of her infinite number of hidden knives. I have no idea where she keeps them all, and because she knows that she has only a very rough idea how long Ada's been out there, and she just pulls out a knife and sort of bangs it on the table and says,
I said it's very important. Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like it.
Just like Tasha's delicious laughter. Welcome to the adventure, my friend. You're a gentlewoman and a scholar, Tasha. Your laughter is not hideous. It is delicious.
That's
It's a good name.
Yeah, I know.
That's a good user.
It's so terrible. It's so
What if it were deliciously hideous?
I like it more then.
I mean,
hideously
That's
delicious.
basically Will's aesthetic.
That's my kind of vibe, really.
Cool. So I think this is roll plus hard to sort of like. This is
I've got direct brain whisper projection, which allows me to roll plus weird instead of hard if I go aggro on someone.
Cool. Yeah. So you're going aggro on someone. So yeah, definitely.
So the knife is misdirection, and then you hit him with your brain.
Such brain. Many.
Fuck.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. All right. So you pull the knife out. You slam it down into the table. He sighs. You hear like a weird like it sounds electrical, something like powering up, as he's going to just lift like one defibrillator from the table, touch it against your metallic knife, and you are going to go flying backwards into the opposite wall. Take one harm.
That's
no
great.
one loud, as the doc is insane and is not to be disturbed. Yeah.
Am I still conscious?
You are crumpled in a heap, but you are miraculously still conscious.
Would you allow me one more move?
Talk to me.
Because now she's not angry, she's simply scared shitless because Ada is the only person really in this era, maybe in the whole city, who's been nice to her. And probably the only person she would consider something like a family, and she already had to leave one family behind, and that was very painful, and she does not want to go through that again. So she would be going into full psychic detonation mode. What's it called again? I keep forgetting the name of that wonderful thing.
You have the pain wave projector grenade.
Yes. Yes.
So you're just like, well, fuck you. Tosses like.
Basically, she's sitting on the ground going, no, listen. And then she just, if you allow me to, she would just start screaming.
Dear
Stuff like,
God.
I need to see the doctor. And then,
Okay, you can activate the pain wave generator. Oh God. So the pain wave generator, just so you know, is an actual device of some sort that you can channel yourself through. Which is.
Have we discussed what it looks like? Just at any point.
Yeah, I believe we have. I believe it was
Okay.
so.
We did?
I had a cool idea if we didn't know what it looked like.
Yeah, cool. Okay, Petra, give me your idea. Like, what was?
To be quite honest, I keep forgetting that it's a device. For some reason, I thought it was one of her innate powers, but it's gear. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Could it be some kind of half implant somewhere on her head that's half under her skin? I don't know. Finn, what kind of idea did you have?
I had a similar thing, except instead of like here, I was thinking kind of along the vocal cords as you activate it by screaming at somebody. So like you've got weird silvery lines along your neck.
That works for me.
You've got, like, you know how when someone properly gets like tanked up when they're lifting, like you get the tendons snap out. It's gonna be like that, but you've got like a collar that like is drilled into your collarbone and then goes round. And yeah, that it like detects the spike in energy and powers up, feeds off this power, and your vocal cords are going to become stretched. All your tendons are going to snap to, and unfortunately, all of these people who came here to seek medical assistance are going to take some serious harm and collapse.
It's just +1 harm, I think.
Yeah, 2 harm is enough to kill a PC if
I know.
they're healthy.
I know.
And people are healthy. So, I'm just going to let you know, out of the 9 people, there are no longer 9 living people here.
I was gonna say that's an AoE weapon.
Killed some people who are awaiting treatment. But the guy who was like on the reception guy, he just collapses on the floor. He's holding the defibrillator, unfortunately. Let's just see if he manages not to defibrillate himself. I love that idea. That's a good.
Just see it bounce.
He doesn't defibrillate himself, but he rips like it pops out of the actual charge pack and is just no longer connected. And yeah, he's just on the floor. Everyone around you's on the floor.
And so I take it that the path is free.
You can go in. You can buzz yourself in. Yeah.
Will do.
Cool. You ring the buzzer. There's a moment. There's a click, and the door opens, and you enter into like a room that's like large. There's loads of clear plastic sheeting hung from like squares, like square railing on the ceiling, and what you would recognize as like surgical base that you can look into. And there's like a variety of dissected people lying around, sort of like behind these clear screens. But the doc is like bumbling around. He's in the process of like cutting up a mutant that he found on the street. He's got a pair of headphones on.
Okay. Yeah, she would directly run over to him, and I can only assume that when she crashed into the wall, she probably maybe has a head wound, somewhat, some blood trickling down her shaved side of her head. And actually, there are also a lot of tears.
You've got
just
like
running down her
blood, but like no wounds because you healed yourself via the mother's heartbeat. Oh God!
Oh, wait.
Creepiest mood.
gloriously creepy.
I was thinking when I got electrocuted just now, when I flew back into the wall.
You'll have some scuffs, bruises, maybe a cut or two. Yeah.
Yeah, so she will look roughed up a little bit, but there's just continuously tears streaming down her face because she's really desperate at this point, and she just starts clawing at the doctor's. Is he wearing a lab coat or something like that?
Yeah, he's wearing a lab coat. He's also got a backpack on with like Doc Ock style arms that are sort of like attach. There's like an auto injector and like a buzz saw, and then a couple of other like things that are attaching, and essentially like almost like a bib. He's got like a surgical tray just attached to sort of his waist with a variety of other things laid out on it. And you grab his arm and he, yeah, what is it?
I need your help. I need your help right now. Ada, he's really badly hurt. You must help him.
I didn't do it. He injected it. Well, he didn't inject it. I injected him. But that's entirely. I told him that it was a prototype, and I hadn't tested it before. So
No. Explosion. There was an explosion. We got flung out from the bike. No. Not his arm. Not your injection. It came from the ground. It was mine. It was a mine. It wasn't you. But I really got hurt and I couldn't find him. And we need to help him. I don't know if he's still alive. Maybe I should ask the Maelstrom. I don't know. But we need to help him. Please help him.
Where is he? How do we find him?
He's the two buildings that stood like this. This is where we went. But I don't know if he's still there. Angel also didn't come back. Give me 1 second.
And she's gonna turn around and she's gonna
Oh dear God. Do it.
probably gonna make worse whatever it is that's back in her hidey hole, but she's gonna ask the Maelstrom. Depending on how well it goes, see if she actually can get a bearing on Ada.
Cool.
If not, then at the very least get an idea if he's still alive.
Yeah, psychic bullshit. Roll that plus weird. Let's see.
Petra's rolls have been amazing so far. There we go. Finally a success.
A 9. Cool. So on a 9, you know that he is close. Specifically, he's in the city and he's alive.
Oh, when she get that info, actually her face would light up and she would actually start dancing a little bit, Gollum style, I guess. Like, yes, he's alive. And she starts yanking the dog's arm, and he's very
The dog
close.
is moderately annoyed that he's alive, but
She doesn't notice. She doesn't notice in that moment.
So he's not dead. He must have been wounded pretty badly. So please stand at the ready. Okay. He's probably gonna be here soon. Yes.
He snaps to attention. He salutes. Several mechanical arms also salute. There's a buzzsaw like millimeters from his eyes, spinning at increased velocity. But he's to attention. He says, "Yes, ma'am."
Also, I believe you do not have any further patients today. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. He shrugs. He just says, "In the meantime, watch this," and he just lops this thing's arm off.
What is it?
It's an arm. And we'll cut back to as he tries to explain what this grotesque mutant that's like various different humans that have been sewn together in the most horrific fashion. We'll cut back to the convoy returning. Adar is like slumped sideways on the bench. Luckily, you know how you get that awkward arm when you're lying on your side? Yeah, you don't have that problem.
Thanks, man.
You don't have that problem.
So am I just getting in ahead, or like do they catch up to me?
Literally, as you arrive, vehicles arrive around you. Angel, you see a traveling merchant arrive. This is not uncommon. They often
fetching brown hoodie with
you don't see any
strange flecks of blue.
a traveling merchant. It looks like the vehicle, considering it's a wagon drawn by some sort of like beast, not mechanical in any way. You'd imagine these guys are from the Night Forge. The Night Forge specifically hate technology, but they do trade food, water, herbs that you need for your drugs, and a couple of other bits and pieces for essentially just some of the drugs that they consider not heinous but can be used for medicinal purposes. And some of their merchants come in and have a drink or two once in a while.
I think Ada like just about conscious as he's like slumped against this thing, or is he?
Yeah. You're managing to do okay. You've taken whatever this thing is. You're not going to immediately pass out. You've taken something. It's given you a pep, and you've also like cauterized that wound closed. And you rolled some pretty fucking impressive rolls, despite the fact that your girlfriend pretty much rolled it for you.
Hey, just because you were jelly. So
Finn, I stole your arm. Test me.
I was gonna say.
I'm gonna take it back from one of my own NPCs. So I'm just I think Ada kind of like shuffles around the seat, tries to look a little more alive. And I think for now we'll just pull the hood on this thing down a bit more, like between the weird dust and red and like blood and depth of this hood, hoping that he's not too recognizable. And I'll just kind of casually wave as the cars pass me by, as if I'm totally not strange.
Well, like you've essentially arrived at the stable/garage area.
I mean, I am, unless I know that it would be a problem, because I live in this town, I am just like going straight to top rounds. Like I'm dying.
You're not going to be able to drive a wagon into a multi-story building and
You make a
navigate.
point.
There are stairwells and things. In fact, there aren't even stairwells. This building's on its side. There are like ladders. The stairwells are just run sideways in a weird, confusing helixes.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll wave towards Angel and kind of see what he does as I park my bear.
You see this. You see an arm wave to you from a merchant. Very well dressed merchant. Looks suspiciously familiar.
I shamble over towards him using my shotgun walking stick.
Yeah, it's hard to hold with your weird butterfly arm.
Yes, those are rather strange. Excuse me, sir, can I help you?
As Angel gets close, I'll lift up the hood.
But Angel's kind of coming down from his high at this point. So his voice
is that obvious? Like, do I know what Angela come down looks like? Okay.
His eyes look visibly like less bloodshot. His voice is visibly, audibly rather, much higher rather than a kind
visibly,
of deeper.
Like, you notice the subtitles that come up when he speaks?
In brackets higher.
Less like italics and more like.
He says, "Excuse me, then. It's you."
Yeah, I'll lift the hood up just as he gets close, so hopefully only he can see me. Angel!
What the fuck's wrong with you?
I nearly died. Twice. It's been a day. Yeah, I think it's not obvious from a distance because the hoodie sleeve hangs, but then when you get close you can see there's nothing in it.
You don't have a sleeve.
Oh yeah, that would have been
too. You think you have a sleeve?
I just my brain was like, you grabbed a hoodie. I was like, but no.
Half vest, half long sleeve.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, Angel, I need a favor, but you're a businessman. I'm a businessman. We can come to an agreement. You look a little peaky, friend. Here, and I reach into the pocket of the hoodie and hold out some of the leaves. Not really my kind of merchandise, but I figured a man of your talents would know what to do with these.
I have a sniff around at them. What's my assessment of this product here, Josh?
Roll me plus sharp, and I'll tell you how potent they are. I'm gonna give you some bonuses because this is your.
It's only a 6, unfortunately.
You're still gonna pass that because
Okay.
this is your business. You're gonna get
Yeah.
some bonuses. Yeah.
+1 to all drug dealing rolls.
No, exactly. He's a drug dealer. He's going to go bonuses to drug dealing roles. Yeah, you sniff this. This stuff. Not really sure specifically, but it's definitely similar. It's like a very potent sedative. It's probably not fantastic on its own. It's probably meant for medicinal purposes. But if you cut this with the right stuff, you can make some very, very good. Like,
Alright, I noticed this. I'm like, meow, see what I can do with it. What kind of pricing you looking for in this product?
Well, that's the trick. So, first of all, there's a whole bunch more buried out in the wasteland. All of it's yours. The agreement is, first of all, that we're cool now. You stop walking to my bar and accusing me of being a traitor or selling out the people of this city.
I can see about that, yeah. Seems reasonable
second-
enough.
The second, Righteous is presumably, like, acquitted himself well today.
He did alright.
Get him nice and high tonight. Deliver him to Doc Brown's while he's nice and unconscious and sleepy.
We'll test
And
out the
I
new
am-
product.
I am going to definitely, like, lay the charm on thick.
I
So I want
mean,
to try and
like, yeah.
manipulate.
I don't think you
Um,
need to, really. I mean,
Do I not need to? Fair enough.
No, I
yeah,
think
I'm just
you've
like,
convinced me.
render Righteous unconscious and deliver him to Doc Brown's.
he
yeah.
says, we'll test out the new product, and I give you a wink. But I know shit's gone down, and like the thing of Angel is that he like loyalty is his thing, and like just he fucked up your loyalty basically. Like he betrayed you, so he's like, yeah, let's fucking kill this guy. Like can't be trusted.
I'll draw a map when I'm at the docks to where I left the stuff.
Sounds
I'll
good
hand
to
it to
me.
whichever boy delivers Righteous.
He nods.
I hold out my one good arm. It's like, pleasure doing business with you.
That shake.
Yeah. And I will smile broadly, and yes, the next stop is Doc Brown's to not die.
Cool. You can make it to Doc Brown's pretty unceremoniously, but you make it there. Angel, what's the term of business? Like, your guys are unloading gear from like everything you looted, bits and pieces that were flotsam and jetsam lying around. And Xander, what are you doing as well as you have arrived here? A lot of gear has been
I need a
unloaded.
drink. So is there a lot of commotion happening right now?
Define commotion.
Like this, trade cart rolled in, we rumbled into town. I'm sure Petra's doing something weird.
So far, like literally everyone's unloading stuff. People are like coming out to see who survived. You see a couple of people that come out and they're like, "Hey!" Oh, he's
So
dead.
so then Xander wakes up from his nap because that's what elderly people do. They nap and die, and so he kind of gets himself out of the vehicle, and like while the whole Adar Angel thing was going on, he walked over nonchalantly and was like, but no one noticed it was him, so he just toddled off, and he has wandered back to his workshop, and he has attempted to start patching himself up because he thinks he used to know how to do that.
Okay, cool. Roll me plus weird.
Wait, do you have life support?
No,
Okay, right, yeah.
He has
but he's
top-
75, so he thinks he might have been able to do that before. He's not
Roll
quite.
me, roll me plus weird as you try and bodge. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now. You are going to you can essentially realize that this is beyond your help. Return to Doc Brown and potentially like there will be some bonuses to having it done properly, or you can do it yourself and there will be some different bonuses, but you will do a bodge job of it.
Yeah, he doesn't like being elderly. He doesn't remember the whole aging process, so he's gonna go ahead and go to Doc Brown. He's gonna wander to Doc Brown. Ooh,
I have a question.
Old anymore.
You've decided on Doc Brown. I'm going to say I'm just going to let you know the alternative was what you were going to Iron Man yourself. You were going to have like a car battery generator in your chest, and you were going to fucking get Iron Man.
That's
shit.
almost as cool, but I think you would rather not be old anymore.
Yeah.
It seems to be detrimental.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I'm curious what Xander's workshop looks like.
Xander's
the
workshop
screen on the
is
screen. As it
a
were.
hollowed out, I guess, telecommunications tower. So like it used to be either a radio station or a over the air TV station. So it looks like just a regular ass flat 1-story building with a giant antenna sticking out of it that he has renovated some of the walls. Whether they were load bearing or not remains to be seen. The roof seems to not have collapsed yet. So, sometimes you test your experiments inside, and sometimes they accidentally test themselves. And so it's and attached to it is a chain link fence with that runs like pretty far out, and it's a huge junkyard in the back. And he has cobbled a garage to the side of it.
Cool, absolutely.
Sweet.
Yes, you've got that. You've got some pretty cool stuff there. But you decide that this is beyond your technique, or maybe you just forgot that you were trying to actually decided to go see the dog.
Not people.
Yeah, indeed. You head off. You're already there. You're in the process of playing Operation in the most sick fashion you can possibly imagine, with Doc, who's literally like giving you some surgical tools, and he's just like, if you can remove the heart from this thing, I'll give you 1 barter. And is saying like, don't touch the sides. And is basically like attached. He's like got a defibrillator on either side of the rib cage, taped them to it. So if your scalpel touches the sides, or like your pincers touch the side, you will actually be electrocuted. And like you're playing the most complex game of Operation you've ever imagined. And he's about to heal 2 player characters. So Angel, what's the plan like with all your salvaged gear? Like you've got a large heavy flamethrower thing. You need some fuel. You can source some fuel. Is it going on a vehicle? Is it going on town defense? Are you giving it to someone to like work around?
The flamethrower is definitely going on town defense, seeing as we've just blown up some bad guys. We're probably expecting that there are more bad guys coming down the line, sorry.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking we're putting it on kind of like defense of the city. In terms of my gear and the scrap which we've gained, I'm going to sell it to the highest bidder and repair any broken down cars. Because a bunch of our cars have been scrapped, so I'm going to try and repair some of those and put people onto doing it.
Yeah, cool. So like Xander has got a workshop and stuff, so stuff is like taken over to Xander's workshop for when he gets better and less senile. Vehicles are like wheeled over. There's like a tow truck that he has that someone goes and gets because quite clearly he's too old to drive.
Yeah.
Vehicles are towed away. Roll me a d6. Let me see.
5.
5. You're going to get about 5 barters worth of like profit from this.
Nice.
At the same time, you are also going to get as like Adar is literally just going into town. There's also some food and water which is available, which is like yours essentially. It's on a wagon, it's there, it's in your garage or like your parking area. You can just fucking say that's mine because it's here. So things are going to be this was a good thing for the town. At the same time, there are a lot of people who are upset about loved ones not returning, or like people they care about, just vague acquaintances not returning. That's going to be something that comes up. Just so you know.
Yeah, I'll keep it in mind.
Is there anywhere you're specifically looking to head for?
Sorry, say that again to me?
Are you heading for any particular direction?
I'm going to head to the bar to get Righteous high tonight. Basically, I'm going to take my new product and get him high.
Okay, so to sort out your new product, Charlie's brother, Henry, comes along and he's just like, yeah, you are, boss. It's Charlie around.
Charlie. Yeah, he'll be coming back soon. Real soon.
Yeah, he said, "Oh, shame." Right.
Slides pouch of drugs across desk.
So I believe Mike has to head off now, just so we know. So, Mike, if you want to do your quick hooks and plugs real quick, just before you vanish, because I know you've got a stream to get to.
Yeah, I mean, we're going
Yeah,
to,
so I guess Xander he's recovering.
Yeah, you are going to be taken to the dock, and the last thing we're going to see is you going under the knife, the risk of the dock. You've just so you know, you volunteered for surgery, but I didn't tell you that it only lasts till dawn. You're aging, so you'll be 19 again by the time the sun comes up.
Yeah.
You've gone under the knife in Doc Brown's office, so who knows?
17 again.
That's fine. Yeah, so you guys see me here every Monday for the past, 4 or 5, 6 months, something like that. I am the official Encounter Eeyore.
Yes.
You guys can go check me out on the Unmade Gaming channel. And when you guys wrap up here, come on over there. We're starting a new Sci-Fi West Marches game that we totally didn't steal the idea from Will at all. So there's
I'm
that.
totally.
It's okay, I have no original ideas anyway, so I just stole it from someone else, probably.
Yeah.
Nothing is original. Everything is forgiven.
So for now, I'm going to fuck up all your cameras. Bye.
Should be fine, actually. Certainly.
Fairly well, you crazy pyromaniac.
There we go. Josh, we can't hear you currently.
You're muted, hun.
So while cameras freak out and
No, we're all good, actually. I'm using this new software, which doesn't fuck them up. It's incredible.
What?
All I had to do was sell them my soul and lots of money.
You're an expert.
So while I recoil from the fact that I no longer own Will's soul, apparently, which we need to have words about.
Subletting is clearly defined as not okay in the contract.
Indeed. So Will, Henry comes up to you and he says, this looks good. We need to talk, boss, because some things have come up while you've been out, but that's tasting, man. It smells terrible. He's gonna scupper off and make some drugs.
Good man.
And I guess you take Righteous to the bar to sort of get high.
Pretty much.
Meanwhile, Adar is going to arrive at the infirmary, Doc Brown's infirmary. Come through the door. There's like 9 people,
Just on the
in
floor.
various states of unconscious or dead outside, including a guy who's holding a defibrillator who's just collapsed. That isn't connected to anything, but you like bursting through the door into see Doc Brown.
I'm not bursting anywhere right now.
I mean, yeah, you try and burst in. You have to be buzzed in, so you like try and make this dramatic entrance, and you have to buzz the door and wait to be let in, and then you burst in, and it's not quite as dramatic. Izzy, Adar arrives. He is missing his right arm entirely and has like this horrific. There's like skin melded with like polyester from his jacket, which he's like seared together.
Which
Lightning
she
leathers and a hoodie.
completely ignores. She's just gonna squeal in joy. So Ada, oh my God, you're here, and she's just gonna run over and giving a big fat hug, and that like.
This is a big. I think
You're missing something there. That's not good.
I like pat her on the head. It's like, good to see you, Izzy. Good to see you made it out. But you could be a little gentle with me at the moment. I'd appreciate it.
Doc Brown walks up to you. He's a mass with like mechanical arms that are pretty crude looking, various different sort of like contraptions. And he comes over and he just says, I wasn't expecting your arm to explode. No, I injected the other arm. Okay.
It wasn't you, Doc. Don't worry about
I
it.
told you it wasn't you.
A building fell on me.
Same.
A building fell on me, and I had to conduct some amateur surgery out in the field.
I mean, that looks better than my usual work. I'm quite impressed, to be honest.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Doc, but you fitted Righteous's mechanical implants, correct?
I mean, yeah, sort of.
Could you take them off him and say, put them on me?
I mean, I could take his actual arm and put it on you. I could
I
even.
prefer the mechanical one, thank you. But I'm here to make you a deal. You do that surgery for me. Give me give me Righteous's mechanical arm, make it all work and function with the rest of me. And then after I've had a few minutes to have a nice little parting conversation with the dear man, well, your payment, I assume a one-armed cadaver goes a long way around your types, kind of looking towards the dissected corpse on the table. Healthy, in his prime.
I'll tell you what, I'll do you a deal. You give me Righteous's corpse and 4 barter, and I've got a little something special I can give you.
There are also 9 more corpses out there. Just
He gives you a stern look. They're mine. He says, I found this new thing. It's essentially never seen anything like it before. Can't guarantee it 100%. No buyer's remorse and all that bollocks. But it's not exactly your usual sort of cybernetic implant. It's basically the shoulder point is like a drill bit, and you can put different bits in it. Well, from what I understand, you can plug in different cybernetic attachments. I've only got one. If you don't buy it, someone else will. Or you can just have his old one, in which case, that cost you his body.
Yeah. Adar will smile very sweetly.
Finn, your choice is 1 barter and his cadaver body, and you can have his cybernetic arm. 4 barter and his cybernetic body, and you can have an arm that can potentially swap out any arm or attachment.
Yeah, no, I've got that. I'm just thinking, I don't have 4 barter, but
there are ways of making
Rose.
Izzy would probably be very happy to help you out with that.
Yeah,
I haven't
look
used
towards-
any of my barter.
Yeah, I look towards Izzy and I still have like a hand on her head and I just kind of, I guess, I don't know. We've probably developed a small amount of wordless communication, but I look up at Doc and smile to her. It's like, Doc, at the moment, I'm a little in debt to a lot of people. Yeah. I'm sure you can speak that a little bit.
Doc Brown is not the most chummy of
I mean, Righteous is a good body to get, and I'm delivering him easy and free. It's a partial success unless Izzy helps me.
Yeah, I can do that. So to help, I would roll plus hate HX, right?
Yeah,
Plus
hex with me, which I think is 3.
Yeah.
Good.
So 2d6 plus 3.
Come on. Oh,
This will
also.
be the final roll. Boom. Just okay. Plus 3 barter. I'm gonna let you kill Righteous, but it has to be in a way that preserves him.
I'm not a fan of the mercy deaths. Plus, I like pull the knife out of like my my like little thigh sheath. It's like I had to cut my own arm off because of what that man did to me. I'm savoring it.
He literally didn't do anything wrong. You just
Yeah,
fucking.
he sold me out, and like my bodyguard wasn't with me. He was defending someone else. And
Yeah,
I,
your bodyguard didn't valiantly throw himself in front of the mine you ran over. Come on.
he didn't try to dig me out, did
Are you
he?
buying it or are you not?
I look towards Izzy and it's like, you got a bit of scratch you can lend me?
yes.
Finn, how many barter do you have?
I believe I have 2.
2 barter. Cool. Izzy, are you willing to part with 1 barter for Ada?
Oh yeah, I still have all my 8. So I have.
What?
Yeah. She's insane.
What do you mean I've got the hidey-hole for? Just collecting stuff.
All right.
One of those 8, in fact, probably 2 of those 8 is a black tie shotgun. I'm just letting you know.
Yes, that's fair. Okay, cool. So I now have 0 barters.